Buddy about it. I just think this is kind of your normal camp workout. See what you got. If you got nothing, because I know this has become cliched, you are continuously trying to make your team better. If that sounds, that's kind of the way that it is, right? Continuously trying to make your team better. And you're always looking, right? That's how I look at it. Like at running back, who knows? The problem you have, I think, both is one, running back, you get worried about not just the depth, but once that depth has to go into action because of injury. But I think you're always kind of looking. And I think you're always kind of looking at guys that are veterans. And Gillislee is certainly a veteran. So reportedly they brought him in for a look. The Brandon Marshall thing sticks out a little bit more. And yeah, last year, if you remember at this time, that's all I did was talk about, when we got off the subject of Andrew Luck, all I did was talk about the wide receiver position just not being ready. And as it stood, once the season got underway, through about, the first 6 weeks or so, it wasn't ready. 6, 7 or so weeks, 1-5 start, drop passes everywhere. By that time, it wasn't ready. Got better, but it was not ready. So we seem to think because you bring in some guys and then you get guys back that are healthy now, and nothing against guys like Devin Funchess. You bring them in for a reason. He's got a 1-year contract for a reason. He's out there trying to prove himself to get a longer contract and to get more money. Because there has been, around the NFL, there might have been some loss in confidence in a guy that 2 years ago had a nice season. But you also look at this roster, and even though that there are some familiar names and there are guys that you are hoping, like Deon Cain is one. Deon Cain is an outstanding personality. He sounds fun as hell, but coming back from injury, they're just things you don't know and you don't air to chance. So Chris Ballard, I think to most people out there, is just doing what Chris Ballard should do in this situation. You're looking high and low to see if you can find anybody at all that can help out your football team. Because, again, these expectations around here for this year, they know. People tell them all the time when they have conversations, when they meet with the media, they're talking about, what we did last year compared to what you do this year, and you're always trying to make it better. And the other thing regarding personalities, and I've always said this, and I think a lot of people agree with me on it, if you have a tremendous locker room and you want to, or you're thinking about bringing in somebody that has a questionable personality in the past, man, just trust that group that you have in there. It may not have anything to do with anything right now. I just remember going back to this in the past, and we've gone through this with different sketchy personalities. Bringing somebody in that might just go ahead and turn upside down the locker room. You don't want to do that. And my retort has always been, well, is the locker room that great if one dude can roll in here and completely screw it up? So just kind of out loud here at the beginning of the show, answering some of your questions. Frankly, I think it makes a lot of sense to do as much work as possible this time of year. Find out. Find out if this guy can help. Find out if that guy can help. Or maybe what you have right now and built in your team that you're starting this training camp with will end up being enough. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. In fact, I think they owe it to everybody out there to continuously do it. These guys never sleep, right? Never go home, never sleep. Always trying to find out what can best help your team. So, to me, it would make a great deal of sense, even if a lot of you out there believe that it doesn't. I'm excited. Hell, besides the whole Luck saga, which was spawned a little bit earlier in the week, one of the things I really do like about this camp and about what makes universally a boring time of year, because you'll get through it, right? We watched it last night. You got, how many plays did you get in and you go, God, this sucks. Hey, football's back. It's great. Oh, man, this sucks. How long did you last night? Same way with the Colts. You're going to be excited next Thursday when this is back. That is next Thursday, right? Next Thursday when this is back, I'm going to be doing pregame in the afternoon. Oh, football is back. And then about, I don't know, a series into the game, you're going to be saying, okay, that's enough. But there's a lot worth watching on this Colts team when you're talking about training camp because they wanted to build depth. We believe, at least on paper, they have built that depth. And we're going to see that in action. So, yeah, to me, this might be the most interesting of the training camps just by virtue of that alone. You know, there's going to be some guys that are probably going to be bounced. Guys that are going to be bounced that you go, oh, man. And you wonder why. But all along, that's what Chris Ballard has had in mind. Chris Ballard's wanting to build up this roster to best have, first things first, a competition when building that final roster. And we think that's what they have, and we'll see to that. But to me, there's never, ever, ever been anything wrong with taking looks, especially looks on guys that have had moments in the past. And I mean, hell, and Brandon Marshall's had more than just moments in the past. He's had some spectacular moments. So I've got zero problem with it. We'll see how much of a problem you might have with it. And again, I would say that if you have an issue with it, you probably just go ahead and back away from it and just let it handle itself. Yeah, I don't know what that means. And again, we haven't talked, it's funny, about the wide receiver position as much as we did last year. I think it's just a given that most of you believe that it's going to be a lot better, and you like the way that it was addressed. But at the same time, there's nothing that's a lock here. There's nothing but as a lock. I mean, you got, again, everybody feels great about Deion Kane, and I hope so. He sounds like a good dude. Sounds like a great personality hearing him on the morning show. But, hell, you don't know. Kevin Bowen had an article about the first week of camp. He was, kind of playing to that injury, a little apprehensive about it. That just kind of comes with the territory. But you don't know. Guys you have seen before, Chester Rogers, you don't know. So always good, I think, to bring that up, and always good to try to figure out what you have, especially this time of year. Maybe really the only thing that we have going for us as far as the preseason is concerned is watching that depth and compare that depth and see how this might work out in the next, 35 or so plus days. So if you want to talk about it, Brandon Marshall is one guy, Mike Gillislee is the other guy. Wide receiver, running back position, getting a workout for the fellas either right now or a little bit earlier today. For the rest of the team, guys on the team, this is an off day. They're back at it coming up tomorrow, and we'll see how things shake out, who's not going to be participating and who will be, and we'll move you up to the preseason game number 1 coming up on Thursday. Kind of curious, how long did you guys stay with the game? Complete and full disclosure here, I forgot that the damn thing was on last night. I completely forgot. I forgot that it was on. I was watching the Reds and the Braves, and I watched a base running error from Senzel, and Peraza misplay a ball off the bat of Freddie Freeman, and then the skies opened up, and they had a monsoon in Atlanta that basically lasted, I guess, until this morning, and they just called that an official game after 7 innings, and the Reds lost to the Braves by the final of 4-1. And this one, too. See, this is brand new in my house. I had to watch the Truck Series last night in Eldora. Dirt track, and there's something really intimate about it, and we have so many around here, so many places where it's really fun to watch. I mean, Bloomington Speedway, fun to watch. Paragon, Putnamville, and if I leave somebody out, my apologies. I mean, you got great dirt tracks that are fun to watch. I don't know how much enjoyment I got out of watching that with the kid last night because, like, every 4 laps, somebody got turned around and wrecked, and you got to stop again. You had some nice names. I mean, I've gotten to know some of these guys, at least name recognition-wise, but halfway through it, it's just, hold on, stop. You got to stop in the middle of this stage, 7 to go because somebody's turned around. Just seems kind of odd with the trucks on dirt. But, yeah, that's what I was watching last night. I was watching the Eldora Truck Series race. I was watching the Reds and the Braves, and I completely forgot that the NFL was back last night. And I didn't feel bad about it, too, because, I don't know what kind of lasting effect I had with that Falcons-Broncos matchup. Oh, yeah, by the way, Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio had a kidney stone. In fact, he was diagnosed with a kidney stone. Had the gut pain. Anybody out there ever had a kidney stone? You know me. I had kidney stone. I had multiple. I had like a little band down here in my gut. I had many. A rock quarry, if you will, of kidney stones in the day. And think about this. Somebody said to me on Twitter last night, hey, Vic Fangio, he's coaching a game with a kidney stone. And I go, okay, that's really cute. Try this. Try passing one during halftime as a sophomore of a high school basketball game and then going back out there and playing some more. Try that. Do that. And this thing doesn't come out, and it was all new to me. I mean, you got issues going on down there that you did not know about, and you didn't want to tell anybody about. I was going, what in the world? What is happening here? Well, my coach was telling me that you're completely out of shape. I'm bent over, locker room, bench, halftime, gassed. Hey, you're just out of shape, which is probably true. But I'm passing the kidney stone. If you've ever passed, and I mean physically passed one, I've had everything. I've had the surgery. They tried to utilize the laser on me. I mean, all this archaic stuff, I'm sure that is much different that happened 30-plus years ago than will right now. But, other than, and I don't have the experience on giving birth, but giving birth, the ladies know, giving birth would be similar to that of having a kidney stone. So I don't know what the pain threshold for Vic Fangio was last night. I just thought I was out of shape. I don't know if he just thought he was out of shape or what. But he didn't actually pass it right during the game? Or did he pass it during the game? Oh, no. No. Like Gordo tells me he had a kidney stone last week. That is terrible. There's nothing worse. Well, one thing comparable to, right? One thing comparable to. But it's one thing having it and coaching it up. But how about passing one at halftime and Kamara putting up 11 second-half points after passing a kidney stone? I don't know why there's some sort of monument or something. I mean, golly. I should have got some MVP, Player of the Week award for that. Holy hell. You think you could pass a kidney stone and score 11 in the second half?
I'm not sure about that. I haven't had a kidney stone, so you may have me on that one.
Woo! Man, there is nothing, and I mean nothing quite like it. So anyway, Vic Fangio last night, that was probably the biggest news that happened in that game last night was that alone. And if you guys want to discuss it, we can. If there's reasons to have interest in or to like, Brandon Marshall, Mike Gillislee as interest for the Colts moving forward. We can hear your props or we can hear your criticisms at 239-1070 if you so desire. I saw this quarter, according to Adrian Wojnarowski last hour, your Christmas Day games in the NBA. 19 and 20. Would include the Clippers and Lakers at Staples Center. The Pelicans and the Nuggets at the Pepsi Center in Denver. And we asked this question. It looks like Boston got one at Toronto on Christmas. Is that accurate? Am I looking at this accurately? According to Wojnarowski. Clippers, Lakers, Pelicans, Nuggets, Celtics, Raptors. We thought that because of what has transpired in Toronto, this might be the first time ever that a team that won an NBA title did not have a Christmas Day game. Alas, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, that looks like that will not be the case. Oh, man, we get to get Paul George on, Paul George on Christmas with the Lakers. Here's the other thing, too, and I know that it moves the needle. And I know that I've also discussed it a couple of times. It was like the whole AAU event. And I feel like I'm good with that. Oh, I left one out. I'm sorry, Brandon Reef. Bucks and Sixers also on that list. Bucks and Sixers apparently on that list. Once again, no Pacers. There's no way. Can you imagine? And the Pacers. But there's your 4 according to ESPN and ESPN.com and Adrian Wojnarowski. But the one thing nationally, which is just amazing, and if you think you get tired of hearing about Andrew Luck and Andrew Luck's not practicing and, oh, my goodness, what's going to happen, and, everybody diagramming or breaking down what Andrew Luck says, like the jackass that, what's his name, Ben? And I actually like this jackass. There are a lot of jackasses I like, and he's one that I kind of like, but talking about how he's not a true competitor because of things that he says and the way that he says, it's just the dumbest crap ever, right? Just stupidity. Well, some of the stuff about LeBron James is stupid. To me, you run out on the floor and you get in the layup line. I know he's LeBron, and it's not like it's me or any average fat dad out there or anything like that, but anybody else would be criticized or ridiculed for acting that way at an AAU event or any basketball event, right? What do you call it now? The helicopter parent? And listen, all that I said was you can just put him right in there. I mean, yeah. He was. All right, nothing more, nothing less. I mean, I know Whitlock went really far in trying to demonstrate how he needs and wants and thrives in attention and has to have it, and he was a dad that was overzealous, and he was a dad that gets caught up in it. And I think a lot of dads out there, hell, there's a dad right now someplace getting caught up in it. There's no question about it. So I didn't think it was that big a deal, but I mean, hell, they're still talking about it right now across the board. I mean, nationally, all over. I think the latest is what David Griffin said, who now runs the organization down in New Orleans, said about his time in Cleveland with LeBron James, and LeBron James kind of had a retort last night on Twitter. I guess he's going to unleash some info sometime. Hey, the one thing that I get is that being a teammate or coaching up or being an organizational head with LeBron James is probably one of the more difficult gigs for anybody to have. And I like Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel was really nice as a head coach here, a nice dude, and I would take that job too. But you kind of take that job knowing that your shelf life is going to be according to LeBron. And all that does there is kind of just add to the overall foobar of the picture. I mean, you got Rob Lowe's twin running things or thinks he runs things, and things happen when he's not making decisions, and Magic Johnson's kind of peeking around the corner looking at what's going on. I mean, it has got this constant. So Frank Vogel, I think we all know what's going to happen with Frank Vogel. But the LeBron stuff on a daily basis can kind of stop anytime. Like on Monday, I was done with it on Monday. I go, yeah, you know what? You can't do that. Okay, done. Nationally, it still goes, and it moves the needle, as they say. Moves the needle. Gets everybody riled up about something. Moving that needle. Anyway, there's your Christmas Day games going on right now. Now, Rockets and the Warriors are part of that too. So I have 1, 2, 3. They got five games in all? Huh. On Christmas. According to sources and Adrian Wojnarowski. Sure we'll be watching it. JMV, I arrived at Community East Hospital. I was in such pain having a kidney stone. I ended up on the floor, and the nurses begged me to get up off the floor because it was hurting so bad. I told them it hurt so bad, I'm not getting up off this floor. See, it happened to me when I was 15 because I downed too many Big Reds. I think probably faulty of me to down like 5 16-ounce bottles of Big Red on a daily basis. I probably could have filed a class action lawsuit against the makers of Big Red for that. Hey, wait a minute. Probably not. But you just kind of, you look, Vic Fangio's an old dude. I'm assuming, Swaff, you're a little bit older here, but I was like 15, and you got stuff going on down there, and you think, wait a minute, stuff that's never happened in that place. So that's brutal. Really was. But you can coach with them, and you can function with them. It's just passing them that's an issue. So good on Vic Fangio last night. Mike Wells is going to join me at the 5 o'clock hour. We'll talk about the working out of a running back and a wide receiver that has a lot of you in conversation about the Colts today. Mike's going to join us at the 5 o'clock hour. Hashtag Ask Pat. I have yet to tweet out the picture. I know there's a Yeti involved and there's something Colts involved. So Yeti and something Colts involved with hashtag Ask Pat coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. And I've got stuff to give away as well. It has been a fantastic week, and I hope that you did not miss Tucker Barnhart yesterday. We had a conversation off the air a little bit earlier while he's getting ready down in Atlanta for game 2 of that weekend set with the Braves. And he was talking about just how open that he was. He said it felt really good to come on here and say what he said, and it was good. And I told him that he looks like he's in a better spot than he did prior to going on the IL. But he actually told me it felt good to go ahead and kind of unleash some of that info on the show yesterday. So you, listeners, worked as something for Tucker Barnhart that was therapeutic yesterday, I guess. No, he liked it. I liked it too. And good show yesterday. Phil Steele, all the college football knowledge you need with the local teams, the Big Ten, and then the national landscape as well from yesterday. It was just a really good show. That podcast is up there, 1075thefan.com. All right, let me take a break. We shall come back with you, with me. I got to find a Connecticut water question of the day. All right, let's just say, for example, the Colts aren't satisfied with wide receiver. I'll pick that one out right now. Or I'll put them both in there. Are you satisfied right now as a Colts fan with both positions, the players and the depth? Or do you think something else is necessary as to the reason why the Colts are looking around? Colts fans, you satisfied with both of those positions, and probably more notably that of wide receiver? Or do you think there's a reason why they are still looking? All right, we'll hit that up with you coming up on the other side. 239-1070, 93.5 and 107.5 FM. It's The Fan.
Do you have Medicare and Indiana Medicaid? With Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, you could be getting so much more. Anthem may provide up to $2,000 towards dental, $0 copays on many prescriptions, and up to $1,320 for over-the-counter healthcare items. Get more out of your Medicare and Medicaid coverage. Switch today. Call 866-649-8826. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is an HMO special needs plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield depends on contract renewal.
We're all trying to get in a little bit better shape these days. Some of us use the weight room, some like to run and hike, while others play the sports we love. But unfortunately, almost all of us will end up with some kind of ailment from trying to stay fit, and that's where Franciscan Health Orthopedics comes in. They'll fix what ails you so you can stay active. Again, it's okay to push yourself, but sometimes we go too far. And when that happens, the orthopedic experts at Franciscan Health are there for you. From sprains and tears to fractures and dislocations, they'll get you back in the game. Franciscan Health Orthopedics, inspiring health.
Back. And Cage the Elephant. Live in concert this Sunday at Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center with very special guest Spoon and Wild Bell. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Back and Cage the Elephant. All the hits for one night only. Check more at back.com and cagetheelephant.com. Part of the Coors Light Concert Series.
For years, the golfers of Hamilton County and Central Indiana have enjoyed Carmel's only city-owned public course, Brookshire Golf Club. If you haven't played at Brookshire lately, it's time you give it another look. The beautiful new clubhouse and pro shop are now open. The Brookshire Clubhouse features a beautiful event space for meetings, weddings, and other special gatherings, and the pro shop and cafe is a must-see. Season passes at Brookshire are available now, starting at just $1,000 for an executive pass. Brookshire Golf Club, Carmel. Book your tee time today.
Wouldn't you like to have a nice, relaxing camping trip about now? Well, it's not that kind of camping trip. The Colts 2019 season starts in Westfield as the players move in for training camp. Let's go! And the Fan has you covered. Daily updates on air and online. The road to the Super Bowl begins in the long, hot summer. Run down the field on them! Colts training camp on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
You stupid, ignorant son of a dumb bastard! Christ, I've met some dumb bastards in my time, but you outdo them all. Get over there!
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Thank you for joining us. Pat Sullivan's going to be here in the 4. Missed him last week. Backyard Bourbon broadcast number 2 at the House of Fisk in Greenwood. Pat's back in studio at 4. Mike Wells is coming up at the 5 o'clock hour. I'm going to see if I can work in Bob Lovell. Bob Lovell is back. 25 years of Indiana sports talk. He does not know we're coming at him right now, so hopefully he's around. I don't know if they're probably eating dinner right now at 3:30. He's going to be pissed that I said that. But I've said this before. Bob Lovell is somebody that I had a great deal of admiration for before I even started working here. Because I remember at one point I tried to get him on. But he's not picking up? Oh, yeah. Hey, if you guys, anybody down in Franklin at Bojack's and you see Bob like they're eating dinner or something, eating dinner at 3:30, let him know we're looking for him. I'd appreciate it. But he is back. He's been off for, I don't know, the better part of a month and a half. I think he normally takes the summertime off. And we're just about ready to get back into the high school football season now. And, of course, Bob's going to be back. So I can't wait for that. Bob is as fine a human being as I have ever met. He is just a really swell dude. And I admire him a great deal. Is that Bob? Oh, it is. On the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. He's been off since February. He's back for year 25 on Indiana Sports Talk. Hey, I talked so well about you a moment ago. You would not believe it. Somebody's going to tell you.
Thank you very much.
Are you having dinner at Bojack's right now at 3:30?
No. We've got a little celebration in the building later on tonight to begin the show. It's confusing, John. This is the 25th anniversary, but as you know, it's the 26th, the start of season 26. I'm having trouble trying to understand it myself, obviously, but no, we'll just put Bojack's on the back burner.
Well, I'm
next
coming.
Week.
I'm going to be here tonight. I'm staying here. I'm going to hang around a little bit.
You must have no social calendar whatsoever. Is your wife and kids mad at you or what?
No, man.
Friday night, and you're going to spend it with us.
It is you. It is all because of you, sir. All of it.
We'll look forward to it.
So, and because there's free food going to be there too, right?
Yeah,
did I hear that?
That is true. that is true. It's going to be Greg Rakestraw is co-hosting with me tonight. And it's going to be Bob Lovell. This is your life. We've taped some interviews with people who've been with us from the start. A lot of people who've been, with us throughout the years.
Yep.
And so it's going to be kind of interesting to hear it, and people can find out just exactly how we got this thing started. And I still, after all these years, don't understand why we've been on so long. I ride it as hard as I can.
No, it just works, man, and it works because of you. It works because of you.
I don't know that it works because of me. I just think it works. And, people are going to play high school football games and high school basketball games and college games, whether I do a show or not, John. They're still going to play.
Yeah, but that's not the same. With all due respect to everybody that's been standing in for you, it's not the same without you there. I mean, it's just.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's not. And they do great jobs, but it's not the same. And I always admired it. I mean, it was your all-encompassing and still is update on football and basketball and really everything when you're out and about. Especially it works after games on Friday and Saturday nights. I think that's the best part.
Yeah, it does, and that's why we created it for guys in Greene County who were going to go get liquored up after a game on Friday night, or had already been liquored up during the game, to get in their cars and go cause trouble. And no, I mean, it's when we first started, we were really the only ones to do this kind of show anywhere, nationally, locally, whatever. And we television stations were using us to get their scores on Friday nights and all of those kinds of things. And then now with new technology and new media and the things that go on, we still have a niche where you get in your car and you still get your scores. And I'm talking to coaches and people around the state. So show hasn't changed from the first night we did it back in August of 1994.
It's Bob Lovell, Indiana Sports Talk. The 25th anniversary is what we're celebrating. It's going to be year number 26, and of course, including us, but 47 affiliates across the state of Indiana. And you can hear both Bob and Greg with a look back on Bob's life and career and everything, coming up a little bit later on this evening. But no, that's a job well done right there. You know how difficult it is, to stay in this business for 25 and 26 years.
I do understand, but again, and you are a veteran of radio and understand the idiosyncrasies and the vagrancies of program directors and ownership and format changes and this, that, and the other, and contracts and general managers and what have you. I think what we've been able to do with the show is it's unique in its nature because it's the only show that gives you these kinds of scores and information. And again, not having opinions, not doing anything like other shows do, like daily shows such as yours. And I don't have to worry about the Colts and the Pacers, and I don't have to worry about whether some coach should stay or go. We've made our living for 25 years on giving you scores and conversations, and it kind of insulates me, I think, from some of the things that superstars such as you have to go through on a daily basis.
And let me translate what Bob just said. It keeps him from having to deal with the jackassery that we have to deal with around here.
Those are your words.
Hey, by the way,
you are a master in the English language, so okay, brother.
Your guy down in Jasper, Walt Ferber, I saw him. He got to walk out onto the field at Busch Stadium in St. Louis earlier this week. Yeah,
that is the coolest thing. You know, I grew up a Cardinal fan, and when I saw that video, I was unbelievably jealous. I sent him a note saying how jealous I was, how cool that was. I think I would just go ahead and shoot myself because I've lived a full life if I did that. You know, that's pretty good stuff.
It is.
He's going to be there tonight, so you need to be ready, okay?
I will be. I got a little work. I'm doing a little JMV takeover on B105.7 from 9 until noon tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're going to hear some people introduce some songs that are going to be pretty funny. So,
I'm digging it. What time tomorrow?
It's supposed to be 9 until noon tomorrow. I'm doing 3 hours, and the theme, and it's not going to be all Indiana born or Hoosier born artists or musicians, but there are going to be some mixed in there. So yeah.
All right, so the press release isn't out yet, but Matt Surface and I are back for I don't even know how many years. The Matt Surface Show, aka College Football Game Day. And we just need to know if you're on board again.
I'm always on board. There's nothing better when you guys call me in the middle of a Saturday afternoon and I am drunk as hell. That is awesome. That's great radio.
Drunk as hell, and we're not even sure if you have clothes on or not. We don't care anymore.
Normally, I don't. My kids are pretty tough. My kids are at an age now where they say, "Would you put some pants on?" And I go, "No, I don't want to put any pants on. No."
Thank you. That's the great thing about radio. You can just be. You can do whatever you want at your house while you're on the air. We don't care.
All right. Bob Lovell's with us, celebrating 25 years, but going into year number 26 across the affiliated Network Indiana stations in this fine state. We'll be celebrating that tonight. They'll be celebrating that coming up on the air later on tonight. I'm kind of curious, though. We've got high school just on the fringe of a beginning this year. And then you mentioned the Matt Surface Show talking about college football. Once again, I think things are kind of lining up to be an incredibly exciting year in the state of Indiana for a little football, including the Colts.
Well, I think the Colts set the tone, don't you? I mean, everybody has a little different. They have a little spring in their step when the Colts are good, and everyone gets excited. And clearly, I think that's generating quite the buzz and quite a bit of energy as you get ready to go. Just remember now, 2 weeks from tonight this is the third, it's always the third Friday of August, the opening night of high school football, and it cannot get here fast enough.
I often thought about this. When you first started this show, and the way that high school football was celebrated then, 25 years ago compared to now, and a lot of credit has to be given to the Colts and especially the whole Manning, Polian, Dungy era and Peyton Manning in general for really launching high school football in this state, because there has been a complete 180 over the course of time from your beginning until now with high school football in this state.
Oh, I'd agree with that 100%. And I think it's amazing now that Friday night is almost a foregone conclusion if you're having a home football game, that it's the biggest event in town. The tailgating is starting earlier. It's more of an extravaganza. It's more of a happening. It wasn't necessarily that way 25 years ago. And I also think, John, credit in large part, too, to the great job the Indiana Football Coaches Association and to our coaches and to our players, because everybody's getting better. I mean, everybody getting better. If you think about this, for the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, we've had nearly 60 kids from our state go on and play Division I college football. And we're turning out better and better football players every year. You look at what we've done with small college football, with St. Francis and Marion winning national championships, University of Indianapolis dominating their conference. You look at what Wabash, DePaul have done nationally. So, our football, the quality of football is great in our state, and also media has just been overtaken on Friday nights. Kind of like to think we had our place in how some of this might have taken place over the course of 25 years.
Yeah, it's amazing because you guys obviously are celebrated for having the recap and being on after the games. But, I mean, I don't remember a lot of, tailgating or, going around, the state or, this particular area with the high school football game of the week. I mean, it was certainly not to the scope in which it is celebrated today.
Well, you're right. And I think, again, people recognize, and it is trickled down, there's no question. I think that there is certainly a tremendous amount of interest in professional football, especially the Colts in our state on the weekends. And when you have that as a lead-in for your weekend, I think it carries over into high school and college football.
Bob Lovell is going to celebrate 25 years, however, going into year number 26. Coming up later on tonight, it is Indiana Sports Talk, 47 affiliates, including the affiliates of this cluster here at MS Worldwide. You hear Bob and Greg Rakestraw and all of those that help do what has been done with your show over the 25 years so far. And I said this before you came on, man. Not only do I love having you on every Friday and talking to you, but you've become such a good friend. I cannot thank you enough. I really can.
Well, I'm getting misty-eyed here with you saying that. But,
no need for that.
I'm the one who thanks you, John, because I've always, I've been a fan of yours for a long, long time, and I appreciate how much time and effort and dedication you have to high school sports and college sports in our state. And not enough people congratulate you and thank you for that. And I also appreciate just having a good time with you, not only on Fridays but Saturdays, and when we do have a chance to see one another in the building. It's always good, and you're the best. As far as I'm concerned, there's nobody better.
That's Bob Lovell, Indiana Sports Talk. Again, a celebration later on tonight with Bob, and you can hear it, of course, right here. As always, my friend, I'll look forward to the party, too, man. Sweet.
I look forward to it, John. Thanks.
I've heard there's going to be a fine spread down there. That's awesome.
Well, I hope that's. I'm sure that's the case, and I just make sure they keep you away from the good food there.
Oh, hell yeah! All right, buddy. Thanks, Bob.
All right, thanks. See ya.
It's Bob Lovell, Indiana Sports Talk. He is a fantastic dude. 25 years doing media, radio, TV, writing in one place is incredible. Incredible. And that is definitely a feat worthy of a celebration right there. It is. All right, we'll jump back to the Colts conversation I brought up Yeah, the fact that we've been discussing Mike Gillislee brought in at running back for a look, and Brandon Marshall, the 6-time Pro Bowler, at wide receiver brought in for a view. You feel comfortable with both positions the way they stand? Maybe a little bit of fool's gold there, you think, or is everything okay? Do you buy both positions right now to the level in which we all expect the Colts to be coming up this season? There's a reason why they still should be looking, or are you completely satisfied with it? I'm kind of curious how many people actually believe that they're satisfied with it right now. I mean, just 100% satisfied with it. And just get beyond the whole, this is what coaches and this is what general managers and organizations do constantly is, look at this guy and that guy. Just tell me as it stands right now how you feel about both positions. Get back to you coming up on the other side. 239-1070. Email address JMV at 1070thefan.com. On Twitter at JMV1070. Pat Sullivan, as usual, in studio as we wind down the summertime, unfortunately, and hashtag Ask Pat. But we got stuff to give away today. Hashtag Ask Pat for questions. Your questions read on the air, and we pick you. You will win, among other things, a Yeti, which you love. It's a Yeti Rambler, and something Colts-wise here. But I always have you at Yeti. We'll tweet that out. Hashtag Ask Pat for the questions. Mike Wells in the 5 o'clock hour. Back with you next.
Sports with Dan Dockich.
Matt Taylor joins us. Matt's the voice of the Colts. This could be a much improved team, but damn, who you play, particularly the quarterbacks.
The Colts have to play 5 of the top 6 quarterbacks from a year ago. The Colts defense took a huge step last year. That defense is legit. What they're doing is backed up considering who they have to play.
Dan Dockich, weekdays, noon till 3 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Win a round of golf with Jeff Rickard and Kevin Bowen at the Links at Heartland Crossing next Wednesday, courtesy of Franciscan Health Orthopedics. For more info, 1075thefan.com.
Calling all Bobs. IndianaUnclaimed.gov and the Office of the Indiana Attorney General may have money for you. In fact, we owe people named Bob more than $3.4 million. In all, we have nearly $500 million ready to return to deserving Hoosiers like Bob. And you, do we have money for you or the Bob in your life? Find out at IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's worth a look. See and search for yourself. IndianaUnclaimed.gov.
You forget something?
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to be able to pick up Braden tonight after practice.
Oh, did something come up at work?
Nah, not even going to make it in today.
Why? What's going on?
Well, I'm coming up on some construction in about a quarter mile. I've already started ignoring the signs. In a minute, I'll force my way through traffic while texting. I'll pull the wheel a little too far and drive right through the barrels where I'm going to hit a few workers. One of them is going to get killed, so then I'm going to be arrested and charged with vehicular manslaughter.
No one plans on having an accident, but you can plan to avoid one. Read the signs. Slow down. Stay alert.
This is Ward Daniels, business manager of Labor's Local 120. Every year, not only do accidents in the construction zone kill and injure workers, they can also cost you, the driver, thousands of dollars and time in jail.
A message from Indiana Laborers International Union of North America and affiliated locals.
Hey, John for BullseyeEventGroup.com. It is the Colts VIP tailgate. And Kyle Cadet's got this working once again. If you've been there in the past, you know how great it is. And he's taking this to a new level coming up this year. 2019, you're going to love it, too. All you can eat, all you can drink before every Colts home game, music. We're going to be doing live shows. I mean, auction. It's awesome. You will love it. And it's right across the street from Lucas Oil Stadium. It is the Bullseye Event Center. And by the way, the Bullseye Event Center is open for you. Your gathering, your celebrations, whatever. And you could rent that bad boy out. But I'm talking about the Colts VIP tailgate. You go ahead and sign up. Get your passes into that for this Colts 2019 season. And remember this, coming up in December, we're going to go to New Orleans, and we are going to have a fun weekend, and then we're going to watch Monday Night Football with the Colts and the Saints in New Orleans this December with BullseyeEventGroup.com. So that ways you can rent the Bullseye Event Center, and, of course, the Colts VIP tailgate. It is the best pre-game party, bottom line. All the information you need to get those passes right now, bullseyeeventgroup.com.
50 years ago, Brown versus Board of Education outlawed segregated schools, promising the American dream to everyone. The dream of Oliver Brown was quality education for all children. But in many schools, children are being left behind. The responsibility of educating Indiana students rests on us all, from educators and administrators to parents and community leaders. Brown's dream of a quality education is the birthright of every Hoosier and a civil right guaranteed to us by the state of Indiana. If you feel your civil rights or those of your child have been neglected, or that your child has been purposely denied access to the education resources, you have options. Call the Indiana Civil Rights Commission at 1-866-FAIR-FOR-YOU. That's 1-866-332-4748. Or visit our website at in.gov/ICRC. This message is brought to you by the State of Indiana Civil Rights Commission.
Red Sox, Yankees, Sunday Night Baseball. The coverage begins at 6 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
You just got your asses whipped by a bunch of damn nerds.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
I'm John. How are you? Nice Friday. Mark Baldwin's in here with me. He wants to hear all about my Passing kidney stone stories. He's shaking his head like, no, I don't. I really don't. Kyle's over there. Hashtag AskPat. Top of the hour. Mike Wells coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. Busy week for you. By the way, this show next week, Monday and Tuesday, will be coming to you live from Grand Park. And my first time out there doing a show, because their practices have never been in the afternoon. I think the one time they're in the afternoon, but I was on location actually twice last week. But that's the first time I've been up there doing a show. I'll be up there doing a show on Monday and Tuesday, and I would love to have all of you there with me and celebrating that. I will talk to Mike Wells a little bit later on about his video and his play-by-play call of Chris Hagan running a 40 against my great friend Buddy Baker. That was pretty funny. I mean, if the term running with a piano on your back, it should be phrase and not term. If that ever applied, that would be it right there. Running with a piano on your back. Fairly frightening. Anyway, we'll talk with Mike about that. There's Pat Sullivan right there. Looking good as usual. He's back from Old Faithful. His trip out west. JMV at 1070thefan.com. Yeah, but Monday and Tuesday, Colts can't be there. By the way, Wednesday, we're going to have the mayor, I think, of Westfield is going to join me out there for a little bit. Maybe get a little Big Hoffa's working, if you know what I mean, everybody. JMV, the Pacers need Carmelo Anthony. This guy is humble, he's hungry, and he wants to win now. I know you are completely against it, but give him a chance. He said 1,000% I will take a smaller role. What do the Pacers have to lose? Give him a shot. Worst case scenario, we will get more televised games. Anybody out there believe in what my man Willie from Denver, Colorado is expressing via email right now? Would you, not necessarily, you can think of it in Pacers terms, but would you, as anybody running an NBA organization, take a chance, roll the dice with Carmelo Anthony? I would imagine he can still shoot. He can't move, can't do anything else. I mean, you just want to bring a dude in for a sideshow. You think this Pacer team needs a sideshow? I mean, I think there are ways that you want to get on some of these Nimrodish shows on TV and be discussed. I don't know if that would be one of them. Could he honestly help this team? Could he honestly help any other teams out there? Because Willie's right. I don't get it. I do get when you're saying, well, the guy can still get buckets, and I believe that he can still get buckets. I would just kind of say here, what's the use? Will he alone on that Carmelo Anthony take-a-shot island, or does he have company? Get you on that at 239-1070 coming up in just a second. JMV, we all know how much Chris Ballard preaches competition. 100% believe this is about creating competition for guys already in camp. They wanted the receivers and the backs to hear. They brought in those big names, so they're going to pick up their stuff. And that there are so many different reasons, Wes, and I buy that reason too. There are a variety of them. But I am not going to disagree with you. Hey, JMV, if LeBron and the Lakers are not picking up Melo, then enough said. JMV, I don't disagree with the signing of Melo. Gino's on board with it. PJ Benson says, Carmelo, he lousy. Oh, man. JMV, I love watching Christmas basketball, but one thing I've never seen is a Pacers game on Christmas. I've seen all the LA teams. Houston, Golden State, Boston, Toronto, New Orleans, really getting a game on Christmas, and the Pacers don't. They get no respect. I'm telling you what, we always dig on the no respect card, don't we? That will always reside here. I mean, there are some teams like the Pacers that get the butt end of the butt end. I don't think there's any question about that. See, some nationally will blame this on the Pacers. Well, they just didn't want to pay for Tobias Harris. Well, let me go ahead and jump into that category of not wanting to pay that amount of money for Tobias Harris. That's dumb as hell. Why would you want to do that? Want to give Tobias Harris max money? No. That doesn't mean you're still not taking it occasionally in the free agency market year after year because you're not a destination location. That still happens. Regardless of if you wanted to or not pay Tobias Harris. That was like one of the dumbest arguments of all time. All right, I'll get you guys coming up on the other side too. So clearly Willie's not on an island. Willie's also there with Gino. Carmelo Anthony. I can't see it. I don't buy it. I think the majority is probably with me on that. Quick one, we'll come back. Pat's here. Mike Wells is going to join us a little bit later on. What I'm doing tomorrow. Somebody actually was supposed to send me some damn pictures of the gathering of the Juggalos, and I got nothing. Are they not allowing pictures down there? Can anybody give me an update on Larry County? How many arrests through a day? Do they have any arrests down there? Springville, everybody. Quick one. Hour 2, Pat Sullivan, Mike Wells, and a lot more for you on a Friday. Sit tight.
Sports with Dan Dockett.
Jack Doyle, the team's 1-5. Looking back on it, what was the biggest thing to turning that around?
I think it was more of we kept working. We had great leaders that kept the team together and kept practicing, kept playing, and it turned around because we stuck to what we were doing. We didn't let things fall off the cliff or people started having their own agendas or anything like that. I think that's why it did turn around.
Dan Dockett, weekdays, noon till 3 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Are you an overthinker? Hi, Rick Edelman here, host of The Rick Edelman Show right here every weekend. In 3 decades of serving folks like you here at Edelman Financial Engines, we've met a lot of folks who were trapped because they were overthinking their financial decisions. We get it. This can be scary stuff. You work really hard and you make a lot of sacrifices to save all your money. And well, just imagine if you make a mistake. Bad investment choices, the wrong mortgage, incorrect insurance coverage, it's enough to keep anyone awake at night. So here are 2 pieces of advice to help you solve the problem. First, realize that most decisions can be changed. And second, it's not just you, it's we. You don't have to go it alone. Let us help you. You'll get our experience and our expertise. So call us at Edelman Financial Engines. It's one decision you don't have to overthink. Call us at 888-PLAN-RIC. That's 888-PLAN-RIC. Or visit us at rickedelman.com. That's ricedelman.com.
Hey, John here for the Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina. I got a deal for you. Month of August. We're in it right now. You guys ready? Hey, squeeze out a final vacation and make it a staycation destination. And Lake Monroe was awesome. The Four Winds is great. And here's the deal Tony has for you right now. 3 nights, Sunday through Thursday, $199 for a garden double room. You can upgrade to a lakeside view for just $99 more. The party is on at Lake Monroe at the Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina. You'll love the pool. The pool deck is awesome. Now, you can go indoor, outdoor, heated, and that's fine, but, this time of year, we're all good. Mini golf, boat rental. It's Lake Monroe, for goodness sake, and the Windjammer Lounge is outstanding. You'll love it. 812-824-BOAT. Tell Tony that I sent you. Make sure you get your room reserved now before they sell out. 812-824-2628. Online, fourwindslakeside.com right now.
You won't believe all you get included from T-Mobile for just $40 a line when you get 4 lines with AutoPay. Start with unlimited talk, text, and data on our network to use as much as you want, when you want. Like when you stream your favorite shows and movies, which you'll be doing all the time since Netflix is included with your family plan. Plus, you don't have to worry about nasty surprises on your bill. The price we say is the price you pay. And now, you get free phones for the whole family. Every new line comes with one of our latest smartphones free. So hurry into T-Mobile where it's all included.
Customers using over 50 gigs per month may notice reduced speeds. Video at 480p, Revelry free via monthly credits for well-qualified customers. 0 down plus $834 per month for 24 months. Pre-credit price $200. 0% APR. Qualifying service and finance agreement required. If you cancel, credits stop and remaining balance due. Receive Netflix Basic one screen up to $8.99 per month value. While taxes and fees vary by locale, you always pay just $160 for 4 lines of monthly service. That's $152.89 rate plan plus $711 taxes and fees.
You thought the beef and cheddar couldn't get any more delicious. And then Arby's added bacon to it. And you thought, oh, okay, but it can't get any better than that. And then Arby's made them 2 for $6. And then you thought, okay, but no, it can't get any better than that. And you were right. The bacon, beef, and cheddar, 2 for $6. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
I got you covered. BullseyeEventGroup.com. You guys like a party? Who out there likes a party? Is there anybody out there that does not like to party? Is there anybody out there that's just already completely satisfied with your game day experience? Of course not. You're always wanting more. In fact, you deserve more, and that's what Kyle Kinnett has done. He's given you more. It's going to be a great 2019 season because before every Colts home game, the Colts VIP tailgate is in action again. All you can eat, all you can drink, top shelf everything. You got music, DJ Skids, DJ Indiana Jones. I'll be doing some radio, but you can probably get around that disappointment because this is a party. It is the party. It's a party that everybody else around the NFL is copying right now. Like Detroit, like New Orleans. Take advantage because it's right here in your backyard. It's the Colts VIP tailgate with BullseyeEventGroup.com before every Colts home game. And then in December, we're all going to New Orleans on a trip, and we're going to watch that Monday Nighter in December with the Saints. That's with BullseyeEventGroup.com, the Bullseye Event Center right across the street from Lucas Oil Stadium. Make sure you got your passes right now. You're in for the biggest party around with BullseyeEventGroup.com.
Call Crown Haven Wealth Advisors for your custom retirement plan at 844-896-7233 and online at crownhaven.com.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BB, W228CX, Indianapolis. The Colts open preseason play in Buffalo. Coverage Thursday at 4 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Can I buy you guys a drink? Guess not.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Oh, thank you. 4 o'clock hour. I'm ready to go here. You guys poolside today? Anybody kick out of work early? Colts Happy Hour. First time this year I'm going to do that coming up in the 6 o'clock hour. That's a lot more on me here. 6 o'clock hour, 6 until 7, Colts Happy Hour. I am going to do B105.7 tomorrow from 9 until noon. It's a JMV takeover.
What?
Who's your hitmaker?
You're competing against my show.
I don't mean to do that. I don't. But I love going down the hall and doing that. Did you know that Sean Copeland, who's an awesome dude, by the way,
I know Sean.
We are discussing here in the next couple of weeks me doing a Saturday show from 6 until like 11 where I just remix and take all requests, like an all-request party show. I don't know if anybody does that.
So we're
around
nose
here.
to nose is what you're saying.
Yeah, nose to nose, yeah. I doubt it.
It's ridiculous.
Come on, man. It's Who's Your Hitmaker weekend on B105.7. Can you name any or all Who's Your Hitmakers out there? See, don't be that way. You know what I'm not doing. I wouldn't do that to you.
I know. It's fine. Whatever it is, John.
You're not. What time are you on tomorrow?
You know what? See, you were on 9 to 12. I would be on 9 to 1.
Are you out or in studio?
We are out at the Great Indiana State Fair. This is opening day.
Hey, how much do they get hosed by schools going back 5 minutes after they close?
I would say quite a bit because they were at one point, I believe the Great Indiana State Fair, I believe they hit 1 million visitors. In the last couple years, it's been about just over 900,000.
Yeah.
So, but looks like a nice weather forecast for me. I was out there. We've taken our Sullivan Express trains out there. So we have we got the trains running out there in the over
Come
there.
on, ride a train.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
They are like not in the Midway. We're over in the family friendly, the family fun park.
What is the deep fried food that is all the rage?
I have
this year?
not. We've been so busy setting that thing up. I have not figured it out. But I tell you what, there's a lot of people out there today. There are a lot of people.
See, and I wanted to do well. Actually, I talked to a couple of days ago, Boys to Men's playing out there, I think on the 14th. I wanted to do well. I just often think about, like the Indiana State Fair, I think about that. I think about all the local pools that are forced to close because schools go back so ridiculously early. And then places like Holiday World, that, hell, you get your doors open, and then you have the crappiest June on record, and, now all of a sudden, hey, there goes your crowd because they're being forced to go back to school at some ridiculous time because of a balanced calendar. Which that's got to be what jackass in this state came up with that? Was that a Bennett? What was his name?
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett. There's no bigger jackass than that man right there.
So, but let me, and I'm not defending, but I will say, but now the kids they've got fall breaks, so does seem to be like there's kids off all the time.
We don't need two weeks off in fall. I mean, you get.
I don't know, man. When I went to school, it's like.
I'd have gone to jail. Think about this. 2 weeks off back then, I'd have gone to jail because I had 2 weeks to go out and soap windows and throw corn at cars.
Yeah, but that's 4 weeks less in August that you were doing the same thing.
No, we don't. You didn't do that. You can't. It's customary to do that around Halloween. You can't do it in August.
Yeah. I think
that's when it's vandalism. When it's closer to Halloween, it's hijinks.
I got to tell you.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, I know, but I got to tell you about kids, and that brings up a sore point, man. Kids are too lazy to smash pumpkins. I have had to throw my pumpkin away, I bet, for the last 10 years because the kids are too lazy to steal them and smash them in the street. So I don't know what's wrong with kids.
You don't need 2 weeks.
Screen.
In-service days. You get off Thursday and Friday. Thursday and Friday, and then into the weekend is enough of a fall break. I mean, where are you going to go? I mean, everybody's playing football and involved in sports. Nobody's going anywhere in the fall.
I tell you what, parents hate it for childcare, though. I do know that.
Oh, yeah.
So.
All right.
But the Great Indiana State Fair, and they can't move it up because of the county fair. Right. So, so it's.
I think it holds. I feel bad for them there.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know what the delicacy is? The deep fried delicacy, Kyle, out there? Do you know? Can you look that up? I don't know what it is.
I don't either.
It's always something deep fried, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were deep frying butter pads a couple years ago.
That's big time right there.
It all started, it seemed like, with the deep fried Twinkie.
Yeah. Well, I think originally the whole deep fried revolution was underway with what was left over in the bottom of the Long John Silver's grill. And then people would order extra crunchies. Remember that? Hey, give me some extra crunchies, and which is essentially just grease that kind of fell between the cracks before it hit the floor. Essentially, yes. Hey, I missed you last week. We had a great Backyard Bourbon broadcast.
Oh, man, I hate to miss those.
Yes.
How'd the house look? Could it have used awesome. Me to
man,
pick
Fisk,
up a few?
Fisk has a great house. Great house.
Marijuana growing out of the gutter?
We had plenty of weed. I mean, you missed out on all the weed. Yeah. Well, it was more for me.
I was out there with the bears.
Yeah, you were out in
Yellowstone.
Wyoming, right?
Yeah, wherever.
Yellowstone.
Yeah. It's every place, every sign out there. Do you have your bear spray? I'm on vacation. I don't want to have to worry.
What do you spray that the bears don't attack you? What do you spray on?
Bear spray. You hit them. You hit them with bear spray.
Oh, you hit them. You don't spray it on yourself.
No,
like bug spray.
No. That would be a bad thing. But it's like I mean, two people were.
Yeah.
People are so stupid too. Two people got. Yeah. They get right up to those bison. They look so. They look so tender. Two people got gored when we were out there.
What?
Yeah, a 9-year-old and a 17-year-old.
Gored by bison?
Yeah.
I told you this. I love bison meat, though. Bison's got some good meat on them.
Well, there's good pickings
I think
out
I wouldn't
there.
mind to have
There's
a bison
everywhere out there.
I'd like to have a bison farm. I think they're called like beefalo, though. They're kind of a hybrid between beefalo.
You know what?
Hybrid.
You
kind of close to a bison, but not really.
You need to lock down that brand right now. Beefalo.
The beefalo. But yeah, I like me some bison meat.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. So you had a good time?
Yeah, oh yeah. So we were out in the woods. It's a little too woodsy for me, but no cell service, no TV.
Yeah, that sucks.
No air conditioning. But you know what? The
hotels
were beautiful, and but I didn't want to go out at night because I was afraid I was going to get eaten by a bear.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah,
it would. So what do you got going on at Sullivan's?
Well, we got we're spending a lot. So I got back on Tuesday, and I have been just going crazy getting these trains out to the Great Indiana State Fair. But we got Egg Fest coming right around the corner.
Love Egg Fest.
The 24th of August. And the 24th, so you can still get a great deal on a demo egg. And you know what? The egg was just named by some big reviewer as the best, most versatile charcoal grill on the market. Worth the money. So you can get a great deal right now.
Of course it
on a demo one.
And it makes you work at it a little bit too. It's just not like some where you just go, hey, I'll go ahead and fire up my phone and turn it on, and my meat is smoked accurately.
Yeah, you don't want your meat smoked like that.
I think you always kind of want to live in peril, right? You want to know that you're really working hard on it because you don't want to screw it up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you get consequences, right? I mean, you're working with consequences. We're all better, I think, working with consequences, aren't we?
Absolutely.
So
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but
I'm just making crap up.
Just
right
making
now.
stuff up right now, but it's fun. So Egg Fest, and then man, September's going to be here, and it's going to be Slaw Fest.
Yeah,
celebration of coleslaw. It'll be right there.
That's exciting, right there.
Yeah, and we are going to have you fit it for the crown.
Can't do it, man. I can't do it. I've saw some slaw, and you know what I love? Johnson's Barbecue in Bargersville. Well, I got the shirt. I'm rocking.
I bet they got some great slaw there.
I don't eat it though, and they didn't even bring it out. And I got to give Chad the pitmaster and my man Frog props. They already knew. They knew that I didn't dig on slaw, and they didn't bring it. So they said, "Here's your meat."
You just don't know what you're doing.
Here's some meat for you. He said, "You look like a meat guy." And I said, "I am all meat all the time." So, boom.
We serve in Sully's Grill a barbecue Sunday. Mac and cheese, pulled pork, slaw, candied bacon on top. Sounds like a heart attack, doesn't it?
Slaw sounds like when they're trying to put pineapple on your pizza or something.
You just don't. You're just not. You're just not enlightened.
I wouldn't like it. You want to do some hashtag Ask Pat questions here? This is one from Comeback Kid. JMV, do you have high expectations for Reese Fountain this season? I read he had a wake-up call last year and more motivated. Hashtag Ask Pat. I will sit here and be honest with you right now. I don't. And I hope that changes, but I don't have any expectations for Reese. I hope it changes. But Comeback Kid, to answer your question accurately and truthfully, I don't have any expectations. In fact, I haven't even thought about him. No expectations at all.
Okay, well, he's not going to be happy to hear that.
No, probably not. And when he gives us a reason to have expectations, then I'll have a reason. But I don't think he's given us a reason. Mike Cody writes this, hashtag Ask Pat. I live by a pond. How do I keep geese out of my yard and keep them from eating my grass? And I think he means his actual yard and not his marijuana that's planted out there.
Yeah,
keep them off my grass.
The Canada geese. There's different things you can do. A green laser works really good. And you can actually get it like a little strobe. It might drive and you got to make sure you don't point out because you'll bring down helicopters. But if you hit the geese, it'll keep them from coming out. And then there's grape extract. And then if the situation is right, you can actually stretch Mylar ribbon across. But sometimes that just doesn't work because then you can't get.
What's the deal with the green laser? Why?
It brings down helicopters and geese. I think everybody knows that.
Wow.
So
All right, there's
they
your
just
answer.
don't- But that's what. So they have like these little beacons that will go off, and then that's how they really get. It's a really good way to get rid of them.
So you don't put the fake woof out there?
No.
Let me go with my Southern Indiana
Don't do it.
pronunciation. The fake woof.
No.
I mean, see a lot of people with fake woofs out there.
But you got to move your wolf every 24 hours, or the Canada geese.
Do they really? Are they savvy enough to understand that it's a fake wolf?
Yeah, if it sits there, yeah. They'll tell you even the owls and different things. If you don't move them every 24 to 48 hours, they just are worthless.
Hey, those owls can be a bad dude. My mom's got an owl in her yard down there, and I think it's been after a cat. Those things are. Yeah.
Oh, the real owl.
The real owl. Yeah, the real owl.
Yeah, I'm talking about
They
the fake ones.
screech loud.
I'm talking about the ones from China.
They'll go after an owl. Will go after a pet. Pat Sullivan. Did you know that? Were you aware?
No.
Hashtag ask Pat. Pat, any ideas on how to prevent squirrels from eating tomatoes ripening on the vine? And my first idea was to buy the squirrels red line bus passes so they can leave the neighborhood, but that didn't work. Thoughts?
Love that red line. Man, oh man, that's a nightmare. But anyways.
You don't like it?
No.
I don't even know what it is. What is the red line?
It's a way to reduce the traffic lanes by 50% on some of the busiest streets in the city.
So it's a bus lane? The red line's a bus lane?
Yep. So Capitol now used to be 4 lanes going south. It's now 2. Meridian used to be 4 lanes. It's now 2.
Glad I don't have to go there.
Yeah. So anyways, squirrel, there's you can use Critter Ritter. I would do it because squirrels climb. So obviously, putting up a chicken wire fence doesn't do any good. So ringing the area in Critter Ritter is probably the best you'll do.
Cole Kirchhoff writes this: how do I get rid of the gnats that kamikaze your eyeballs while you're playing would-be tennis? Hashtag ask Pat. I wear goggles when I mow because I don't want gnats getting into my eyes.
Yeah, but
I
you can do but you have to spray the entire lawn pretty much.
Yeah, you do.
So you can use malathion. There's some organic, there's some pretty good organic sprays that are made of different oils that do a decent job.
Here's what I have. I have 3 barn swallows that fly in front of me and behind me when I'm mowing, because when the bugs are brought up from the lawnmower, it's like a buffet for them. Man.
Yeah.
So, I have barn swallows.
Barn swallows
and goggles for me right there, which has worked out great. Evan Maxwell writes this, JMV: how do you typically need, or how long do you typically need to wait to treat for weeds after planting grass? Hashtag ask Pat.
That's a great question. That's why I always like to treat weeds first before you put the grass seed down. But once you've mowed the grass 4 times, not in the same day, you can treat for weeds.
Okay.
Yep.
So quickly.
Yep.
What are people most asking you about right now?
There's still a lot of lawn questions, but what happens with lawns is when we get to a dry period like we have this summer, people kind of lose interest a little bit. There's been a lot of nut sedge, so a lot of people ask about nut sedge. And
What's
so
nut sedge?
Nut sedge is you cut the lawn and then you turn around and then turn back and look at your lawn and you see this yellow-green grass already up above the turf you just cut, and that is a nut sedge, and there's a little nut under there, and so you can't pull it out because the nut stays there. So they now have a selective killer that you can hit it and get rid of it, but it's been really bad this year.
Nut sedge.
Nut sedge.
Nut sedge.
Sedge.
Huh.
Yeah.
I would not have known that.
Yeah. So I want to hear more about your passing the stone.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand how a 15-year-old had...
Because I drank too much Big Red.
How much could you possibly drink?
I drank a crap ton of it all the time. And that's when... So we had a store, and they're still over there, but it was a general store that had the old lift-up coolers, right? And they had 16-ounce bottles of all the soft drinks. But
you're describing every teenager I have ever known.
But not to the point. I probably drank... Even back then, I was probably a 6 to 8 a day soft drinker back then.
I still don't think that's unusual for a high school kid. But let me ask you, have you had them since?
I don't think so. I'm not supposed to have caffeine. Of course,
Sure.
Yeah.
That's just so odd for a 15-year-old.
I'm running on a kidney and a half here. I think one kidney's not functioning.
Really?
Yeah, as well as it should right now. I got one half-ass kidney.
Huh. You know what cure for that would be is you go to Oktoberfest in Munich and you just kind of abuse it and it will jumpstart it.
Yeah. But I had them. They kind of screwed up my kid. I had them. I actually passed it. I mean, I saw it. Because when you're
was
15,
the coach yelling for you?
No, it was just during half, and I had to pee, and I went in there, and nothing would come out. And when you're 15 in that area, that area's got some issues. I mean, it's eye opening. It scarred me till today.
And it came out right there.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of blood working. It was not good, not good at all.
And then put up 11.
I put 11 in the second half against Shackamack, right up your rear end, Slakers. How about that? But no, that was. I think that's it. I always blame it on Big Red. I love Big Red in the day.
I find that odd.
Yeah. Hashtag Ask Pat. John, you got a question for our friend Pat Sullivan here. Go ahead.
Hey, how are you guys today?
Good. Hey, John.
Hey, real quick, I have a mole in my backyard, and I got one of those tomcat traps from a different hardware store, and I'm having a heck of a time catching that little son of a gun. And I have to be careful with the poisons I put out because I have a dog, and I don't want her to get into it. And I didn't know if there was something else I could use besides a tomcat trap. I mean, and I don't know if I'm collapsing the hole that little sucker is creating. I don't know.
This is some deep Carl Spackler
all right, here you go,
stuff
man.
right here.
Here we go. Ready? All right. So the first thing you have to do is establish where a main run is. So you kind of press down 6-8 spots around the yard, mark them with a little bit of flour. 24 hours, see which one's been pushed back up. Then, once you know you have an active run, take a shovel and break it up really good so it's nice and soft. Then, because of the amount or the lack of rain we've had, start a sprinkler right in that area, because once that you really start soaking that area down, it's going to bring up the worms and grubs and different things, and that's what a mole does, is goes up and down looking for. So they'll really start working that area, and then your trap should work right there. So, and then if it doesn't work in 48 hours, then I would probably move to another spot, just like you do when you're fishing.
What do you think?
Sir. Oh, that sounds great. Thanks, guys.
Got it straightened out for you, John. There you go. That's hashtag Ask Pat. Gino Pugh wants to know hashtag Ask Pat. Either of you tab drinkers? I would drink a tab back in the day. I thought the bottle was unique. So
yeah, you know what?
I would drink any soft
Tab
drink.
was kind of a girl's drink.
It was. Yeah.
And then that's when they followed it up, right? When that one Diet Coke came out.
It was.
The dudes then would drink Diet Coke, but no self-respecting guy would drink Tab.
Oh, I would drink it. I would drink anything.
I
drank soft drinks.
I know, but I understand. But then you had the Stones going too.
Yeah. Hashtag Ask Pat. Hey, Pat, I'm looking to update my grill at the end of the season. What would be my best option for $500 or less?
You know what? Gas grills, it's hard to beat. You can make the Indiana-made Broil King. Believe it or not, we make gas grills right in Huntington, Indiana. So Broil King makes a great grill, and then of course you can't beat the Weber for that price point.
Look at that right there.
Is that the Stone?
That's one of them right there.
Holy, is that from high school?
That's a high school Stone right there.
Do you still have the Stone?
That is a fully mature Stone. It's somewhere, I think.
That is like the size. That's got to be magnified. That looks like it.
Oh, that's just
either that or you are like you are something of a legend.
They have had to. They had to.
You're able to pass that.
They had to. I shot one out, and then they had to open me up from the side. Let's cut me open on a jointed table and split me in half.
At 15.
At 15, and they also had to do something called basket surgery, where they go down the well. They go right down the well on you, like. If they were going to try to save Carrie in a Little House on the Prairie, they're going right down the well.
You know, that
right
can
down the center of it.
You know, I got to tell you, and maybe this explains a lot about you, but that would mentally scar most 15-year-olds.
I was 15.
Yeah, 15-year-olds don't like to put the business up on the table.
Let me tell you this. Everybody in Monroe County saw my junk by the time everybody. I mean, there wasn't a time that I wouldn't walk around naked.
Yeah, and somebody, the nurse and all that.
Well, you got to check this out now. Oh, it was, The good man named Dr. Surian did the big time surgery. Oh yeah, that hosed me over.
And they tried
the
the blaster and couldn't explode them.
Yeah, they couldn't get it. I think it was in a spot back then. I don't know where the technology is now, but it was in a spot where they couldn't get it with a laser. Wow. So,
I think it explains a lot. I think this has been a very important show for your listeners, because I think they're going to understand you now.
I mean, people are asking me, I drank Big Red for the most part. I was Big Red and Dr. Pepper. primarily. Big Red and Dr. Pepper nonstop. I would drink a ton of RC. I would drink anything carbonated. RC, all of it.
I know, John, but I employ so many high school kids, and they always are sucking on
I just can't,
a soft drink, and I've never had one laying on the ground with a...
I don't know what energy drinks might do to folks now, but, I mean, I like Fanta cream soda. I mean, all the time. No milk. I never drank milk, never drank orange juice, never drank water.
I have never once had a high school kid pass a stone out in the carryout lot ever, like when they're like between load and mulch. I mean, nobody's ever pulled up and like dropped a stone in the straw barn. Never.
Think about the basket surgery. My friends out there listening right now, if anybody ever says you need some basket surgery, it is not good. Not good. Fellas, you do not want that. There's nothing good about it. And then it's like they all center around that. They all kind of looking down inside that tent, right down there. It's just not good.
Yeah, right there. And you're 15.
Yeah, I'm 15.
And you're 15.
15 years of age. All right, tell everybody about the big show tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be on right up against you on one of our other sister stations, 1070. Yeah. That's where I got my start, was 1070, 93.1 WIBC. So I'll be on from 9 until 1, and then, of course, you'll be right up against me over on B105 from 9 until 12.
You said you're going to be downstairs, though?
No, we're out at the Great Indiana State Fair at Royal Spa. We're going to go out. Yeah, we're going to be out.
I love me some Royal Spa.
Yeah.
I've got a Royal Spa hot tub on the back deck.
Yep.
I do.
I have one as well, and people go, well, they gave that to you. It's like, no, I bought that.
I can't, my water, I have not been able to master the water of it. I screw up the water all the time.
Yeah, but you screw up the charcoal in the Big Green Egg as well.
I screw up everything.
So I think it has to do with the junk when you're 15 on the table.
I think
a lot of this stuff ties all together.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I brought up kidney stones is because last night Vic Fangio,
I heard
the Broncos, coached with
but you know what the
kidney
difference?
stone. He didn't pass it.
Right, but he's like, Vic's like...
Yeah. I know.
Is he 70?
Normally you're pretty damn old, but I had one.
You're 15.
I was on the fast track. I was kidney stone MVP back in the day.
Yeah. That's weird. It's a lot of Big Red.
Playing though this is the all-time gamer sitting right across from you here. All these other feats of greatness from basketball players.
I'm surprised you didn't foul out in the first half.
Well, I thought that I was out of shape because my side was hurting.
And that's where you felt it.
I was out of shape, but I thought it was because, and I felt it in my side.
I wonder if and
then I went to take a whiz, and I had a stone fire out there I was firing off a musket.
Well, you're 15. You're 15. You can do that kind of stuff.
Somebody loaded my musket.
I wonder if you set a record for passing the stone since you're 15. Because a lot of guys will lay around for like 3 or 4 days passing a stone.
Yeah.
And 15, you're out there running around, and that thing just
it came out of me like a damn water slide.
Yeah.
It did.
Lucky. Did you have to dig it out of the drywall?
It ricocheted off the back of the urinal. You're awesome, man. I missed you last week, but we'll do it again.
All right, man.
It's always sad. Into the summer, we get into the football season, which is good, but it's always sad because we're counting the days. Pat Sullivan, Sullivan Hardware and Garden. Get all your supplies there. Thank you, Pat.
All right, see you, John.
Right, quick one. We'll come back with you. 239-1070. We'll do it on the other side. All right, I'm not going to talk anymore about splitting the banana. All right, Craig? Yeah, all right. Enough of the jokes. I know. Oh, they must have had the tiniest instruments ever to. Yeah, all right. I got it. Listen. You know how long ago that was? I've heard all the jokes about the tiny instruments the doctors used on me, all right? It's all very funny. Quick one, back with you next.
Wouldn't you like to have a nice, relaxing camping trip about now? Well, it's not that kind of camping trip. The Colts 2019 season starts in Westfield as the players move in for training camp. Let's go! And the Fan has you covered. Daily updates on air and online. The road to the Super Bowl begins in the long, hot summer.
Run down the field on them!
Colts training camp on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Hoosier fans, Indiana football tickets are on sale now for the 2019 season. IU football hosts 6 home games this fall, including matchups against Big Ten East rivals, the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines. Fans can purchase single-game tickets as low as $20 and $200 for season tickets. For complete ticket information, visit IUHoosiers.com today. Go IU!
Hi, I'm Drew Brees, NFL quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, here with Bugs Bunny to remind you to get moving every day.
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
you fuel your body and your mind.
So what do you like to throw around the football like Drew?
Skateboard.
Play frisbee in the park.
Ride a bike.
Kick the soccer ball around.
Or dance in your room.
Just move it your way.
Because nothing makes you feel better than moving every day.
And that makes you part of a winning team.
So be a player.
You'll have more energy to do the things you like to do.
Move it your way and be a player.
Get up and play an hour a day, Doc. Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
That's right, at letsmove.gov. Let's hear that one more time, Doc. That's www.letsmove.gov. A message from the Ad Council and HHS.
Hey, Four Winds Lakeside and Marina. Hey, JMV here. I'm all about your pleasure. I'm all about your fun. I'm all about you getting away for that final time into the summer wise and doing it staycation style. And that's what Tony has for you the month of August. They're rolling it back here. 3 nights, Sunday through Thursday, just $199. That's 3 nights in a garden double room. You can upgrade this to a lakeside view, just $99 more. But it is a spectacular time. And you'll find it. Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina. Heated indoor-outdoor pool, mini golf. You got the boat rental. You got the Windjammer Bar and Grill. It's just a party, and the party is at the Four Winds. Call and make sure you get those reservations now because they will sell out. 812-824-BOAT, 812-824-2628, or online, fourwindslakeside.com.
Back. Got a devil's haircut. And Cage the Elephant. Live in concert this Sunday at Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center with very special guest Spoon and Wild Bell. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Back and Cage the Elephant. All the hits for one night only. Check more at back.com and cagetheelephant.com. Part of the Coors Light Concert Series.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning dealer, Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning. Robert Kirby says the dependability of American Standard products is not by accident.
American Standard, they're doing more research and development. They have it tested in the field. So when it comes out, there's just not very many problems. I mean, we get a new product line on a new furnace, and it's just very reliable.
And Kirby is very reliable at 317-892-3614. Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning is your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
Sports with Dan Dockett.
Pat McAfee, congratulations. Thursday night, as I said, just got better on ESPN.
I was planning on going back to the NFL all the way up until a couple of weeks ago, and my knee just started bugging up. And it was a nice moment of closure for me where this Thursday night football thing is just the tip of the iceberg. I am pumped and excited about it, and I can't wait to get in the booth, and I'm very grateful for ESPN allowing me the opportunity to do so.
Dan Dockett, weekdays, noon till 3 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Smokey, this is not Nam. This is bowling. There are rules.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Romancing the Stone, baby. Every night and every day. Colts Happy Hour with me at 6 o'clock tonight. Mike Wells, top of the hour, 5 o'clock. We were romancing the stone a little bit earlier, playing off of Vic Fangio from last night. Kidney stone stories all around here. Carmelo Anthony. So why did Willie send me an email earlier suggesting that he would be perfect for the Pacers? And why are you not calling and ripping Willie for that email? Why? Thanks. JMV. They could have blasted JMV stones because they were hidden behind his fallopian tube. What? See, I've heard all the jokes. I've heard them all. I've heard all the little instrument jokes. My tube joke. I've heard them all. It's the first time anybody's ever said fallopian tube on this show. I'm not even sure we're allowed to. What am I in ninth grade again? Are we in health? JMV, supposed to put up our pergola this weekend. Can you get me some tickets to anything to get out of it? Why are you guys putting up a pergola? I mean, listen, you don't put that much work into something that doesn't put a roof on it, all right? You don't need a pergola. You don't want to grow any flowers or any weeds on it. Put a roof on it. Put a roof. Get a little shade. In case it rains, get underneath it. Don't put that much work into something in your backyard that does not have a roof, or is not a fountain, or is not a stream or a pool. Put a roof on it. JMV, this is from Kyle. Passing a kidney stone in a urinal sounding like a ricochet. Just telling you. Bam. Hey, JMV, I just started listening today. Did you take Blake to Dude Perfect last night? My boys loved it. It was shockingly pretty good. Have a great weekend. I'll be honest with you, other than hearing about it, I don't really know what Dude Perfect is. But I think a lot of dads were forced to go to Dude Perfect last night. What did I miss in Dude Perfect? Is that something YouTube-wise that I'm not on board with? Is it Dude Perfect or Ninja? I mean, if it's something like that, I'm probably not too smart there. That's just a thought. JMV, it was Bob Orr that mandated 180 days. Thank God it was after the blizzard of 78. Oh, yeah, if you had to make up days back then, we didn't go to school for a month after that. It was glorious. It was a great time to be alive. That's a true story. I have no idea what Dude Perfect is. JMV, Tony Bennett is welcome to slam his... What a jackwagon. Oh, man, Slime Ball. Slime Ball is the perfect description for that clown. JMV, I don't think anyone should take a chance on Carmelo Anthony. He's a three-time loser and not going to change. And by the way, change the subject on the kidney stones. My grandma, I passed 36 kidney stones, and that's the most of them in a photo album she has had. 36, Mark Pope. That's amazing. Hey, JMV, NASCAR trucks have no business being on a dirt track like Eldora. That's like landing a 737 in a cornfield. It can be done, but it would be better if it would be on pavement. Mike and BG, I thought the same thing last night. I was watching Eldora and the trucks, and it didn't look like it fit. They couldn't get 4 laps run without somebody wrecking. And they had some really talented drivers out there. JMV, now that two of the 3 of the Holiday brothers are on the Pacers, please rank them good, better, and best. Well, Drew's the best. I'm going to say right now Justin's still better than Aaron. Aaron's probably going to get better than Justin, and I feel bad because I had such a great connection with Justin earlier this week. I'm going to say Justin right now, and he would even know his brother's better than he is, but Justin second and Aaron third. But Aaron has the higher ceiling. That makes sense. Now, do you want me to rank the TJs in order? TJ Warren, TJ McConnell, TJ Leaf. JMV, Dude Perfect are those guys that do crazy trick shots on the net. See, if it's the internet stuff, right? It's YouTube, Chris? Oh, yeah. Yeah, YouTube stuff. That's why I'm not understanding too much of it. I'm sure my kids are all over it, but yeah, I saw a lot of dads that were being forced to go to Dude Perfect. And I had no idea what it was. But I hope you had a good time. Apparently some people did have a good time, so more power to you. JMV, did somebody really bring up Carmelo Anthony to you, or are you just making this up for the sake of the show? Hold on one second. I never make anything up for the sake of the show. Everything is 100% true. I never want to have to tell you just how truthful I feel that I am, because you should already fully understand that. You should be aware of it. Now, I'm not making anything up. That was a legit comment from Big Willie Combs in Denver, Colorado. And Big Willie Combs thinks that the Pacers should have interest in Carmelo Anthony. JMV, I'm sure you answered this a little bit earlier, but what's with Brandon Marshall working out and practicing today? He didn't practice for the Colts. He did work out for them, and it could be a variety of things. You know what? Maybe they're not happy with how things look. Maybe they brought it in to see what he has left of the tank and how he might fit into this team. Maybe you bring him in and some of these other guys that aren't performing at a higher level get a little bit of inspiration because you're bringing in a 6-time Pro Bowler with a great deal of name recognition. Can't be afraid of it. If it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, okay. Do I feel good about that position? I do. Until I see it. I mean, there's still question marks there. We all know that TY is always TY. But even with Devin Funchess 2 years ago had a nice season. Devin Funchess last year didn't. Most of the finger pointing went to the quarterback situation with Devin Funchess last year. Devin Funchess is essentially betting on himself with a one-year deal. Hey, last year is not the true description of where my game is right now. I mean, it could be your garden variety of reasons why you bring them in. And maybe the same with Gillislee at running back. Midwestern Views writes this. Hey, JMV, I love that you're a proponent of speaking out against the early start of school. Very hard to fight City Hall or school boards. You want to know why? Because so many of these school boards have some of the biggest numbnuts in history on them. I mean, look around. Without me naming any names. And see, that's a problem because you also, not all, but you have some administrators, some superintendents that have consistently had their head up their own ass, but get a pass because of the good old boy network. That's so true. If you have a good, solid, top-to-bottom school board, embrace it because you are probably in a very low percentile. Embrace it. Andrew Barnett with this. I promise for a good laugh, watch Dude Perfect, basketball stereotypes. Dude Perfect. I can't get with the Dude Perfect name. That's just weird. But thanks for the updates on it because, again, without you, I would have no stinking idea what it might be about. None. JMV, I completely agree with you regarding especially Brandon Marshall here. You bring in a guy that's had a history. You bring in a guy that's been successful. You bring in a guy that also could motivate other guys that maybe aren't playing after a week the way that they hope. Listen, I don't know what the reason might be, but I'm okay with every one. And listen, Ballard and company, they're not going to stop. So I have no problem with it. And as much as I would like to think the wide receiver is good, is over, is done, is solid, you haven't seen anything yet. And believe me, we went through a couple of months a year ago that it was an absolute stinking struggle. Listen, besides T.Y., there are no can't misses there. And even with feeling good about Paris Campbell, which I do, and you should, the guy is a rookie. Even feeling good about that. I mean, you can find some warts. Doesn't mean you don't feel good about it. Doesn't mean you don't trust it. But you can certainly, if you look, and you don't have to look very hard, you can find some warts and say, well, you know, what if this goes this direction? It's kind of your normal this time of year NFL conversation. So I certainly bring in guys that have a history of production in the past, see what happens. And if it's not living up, you don't have to keep them. And if some guys get motivated in the process, then so be it. I'd agree with that. Quick break, we'll come back. We'll talk to Mike Wells about it. Brandon Marshall, Mike Gillislee, get his thoughts on that. We'll see if Luck, the latest on Luck for tomorrow, is there a return in order, or is it going to be a while? Will he be back in time for the Browns? We talked to Mike Chappell yesterday, and Mike put kind of the deadline, so to speak, before everybody started crapping themselves with the Browns coming to town for a practice. And good thing, I'm going to be out there Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday of next week, I will be in Westfield at Grand Park. We're sitting right there next to the field. It will be glorious. I can't wait. First time I've been up there. Well, other than going up there with Hagan and shooting something for 59 last week and the sprinklers going off. That was pretty classic. But no, first time to do the radio show up there. That's Monday and Tuesday of next week. All right, quick break. We'll come back. Hashtag Ask Pat. We'll put that up on a podcast. We've had a fantastic week, by the way. And if you missed yesterday with Tucker Barnhart, you missed any of it, I want you to listen to it because it was as open and as honest as you're going to hear an athlete about a variety of things. From Indiana's own, Brownsburg's own, Tucker Barnhart. Podcast 1075fm.com. Back with you next.
Wouldn't you like to have a nice, relaxing camping trip about now? Well, it's not that kind of camping trip. The Colts 2019 season starts in Westfield as the players move in for training camp. Let's go! And the Fan has you covered. Daily updates on air and online. The road to the Super Bowl begins in the long, hot summer. Run down the field on them! Colts training camp on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Powered by the Hubler Auto Group, a dealer to help the people. Shopping for a new or used vehicle? Click drivehubler.com for Indiana's largest selection and best deals. Hubler has it all.
How well do you know the Indiana State Fair? Test your knowledge for a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to this year's festivity. Log on 1075thefan.com.
August 2nd through 18th, your Indiana State Fair celebrates heroes in the heartland.
The Indiana State Fair opens today. Finally, the greatest 17 days of summer returns with the wackiest new foods, Marvel superheroes you won't believe, and the best free concerts in the Midwest. Join us for opening weekend for the most fun of summer.
Heroes in the Heartland, presented by Indiana Donor Network at your Indiana State Fair.
You won't believe all you get included from T-Mobile for just $40 a line when you get 4 lines with AutoPay. Start with unlimited talk, text, and data on our network to use as much as you want, when you want. Like when you stream your favorite shows and movies, which you'll be doing all the time since Netflix is included with your family plan. Plus, you don't have to worry about nasty surprises on your bill. The price we say is the price you pay. And now, you get free phones for the whole family. Every new line comes with one of our latest smartphones free. So hurry into T-Mobile where it's all included.
Customers using over 50 gigs per month may notice reduced speeds. Video at 480p, revelry-free via monthly credits for well-qualified customers. 0 down plus $834 per month for 24 months. Pre-credit price $200. 0% APR. Qualifying service and finance agreement required. If you cancel, credits stop and remaining balance due. Receive Netflix Basic one screen up to $8.99 per month value. While taxes and fees vary by locale, you always pay just $160 for 4 lines of monthly service. That's $152.89 rate plan plus $711 taxes and fees.
Hey, I'm trying to get you a final summer vacation of fun. And it's a staycation destination with the Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina. $199, 3 nights, Sunday through Thursday, garden double room at the Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina. Upgrade at $99 for you. We'll get you a lakeside view. Simply put, there is so much to do. And it is a fantastic getaway. You don't have to go very far, and you don't pay very much for a great time to end your summer in the month of August at the Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina. We're talking indoor-outdoor pool. You got the mini golf. The boat rental is out there. You got so much to do, including the Windjammer Bar and Grill. Tell Tony that I sent you, and make sure you get your reservation right now. 812-824-BOAT, 812-824-2628, or online, fourwindslakeside.com.
back, and Cage the Elephant. Live in concert this Sunday at Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center with very special guest Spoon and Wild Bell. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Back and Cage the Elephant. All the hits for one night only. Check more at beck.com and cagetheelephant.com. Part of the Coors Light Concert Series.
The Bullseye Event Center is ready to go. Hey, JMV for bullseyeeventgroup.com. And yet another season of greatness with the Colts VIP tailgate. Kyle Kinnett's done it again. I mean, seriously. Best pregame party anywhere. If you like having the best game day experience, you can't have it without paying a visit before the game to the Colts VIP tailgate at the Bullseye Event Center with bullseyeeventgroup.com. All you can eat, all you can drink. You got music, got a couple of DJs, Skids, Indiana Jones. It's a fantastic time, and you'll love it. It's what you need to do to make your game day experience the best it can be. Every Colts home game before that, it's the Colts VIP tailgate with bullseyeeventgroup.com. And by the way, we're going to be going vacation-wise to New Orleans mid-December and head into that matchup on Monday night between the Colts and the Saints. 2 ways you can check out right now, things you can do. Colts VIP tailgate and that trip to New Orleans online right now. bullseyeeventgroup.com.
Guys, erectile dysfunction got you down? The Indianapolis Men's Clinic's all-male staff specializes in treating ED and other sexual health-related issues. Call today for a consultation. 999-9000.
Red Sox, Yankees, Sunday Night Baseball. The coverage begins at 6 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
And you can tell Rolling Stone magazine that my last words were, I'm on drugs.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Beck this weekend, right? Beck and Cage the Elephant. We gave away tickets for that. Beck is really good in concert. Really good. So check that out. Yeah, we gave away tickets to that, I believe. Jeff Hansen writes this. So, JMV, my wife is a teacher in Noblesville. They started this week. Make their teachers invest everything they have and then pay them the lowest salary in Hamilton County. Crap administration at the helm. Yep. I'm telling you, if there is a school board that has any sense whatsoever, embrace it, because normally the norm is just an agenda-ridden bunch of knuckleheads. So if you have a good one, and they really, truly care about the school and not their own agendas, embrace it. Doesn't happen very often. Speaking of teachers treasures again, that is what I'm going to support. I always will support, because I know that people around here understand that I love our teachers, always have, always will, and try to support them the best way possible. And Teachers Treasures does that. I know how much teachers spend on the classroom, how much out-of-pocket money that I'm sure the superintendent's not giving back, that's not worthy of his gig, right? Good old boy network hire. Teachers that have to pay out of their own pocket for the kids, for the classrooms, for all of that. Teachers Treasures helps with that, and I'm on board with them. Golf outing, wheels are in motion. Legends in Franklin. I got to thank Ted Bishop for that. It is going to be yet another outstanding day. September, is that the 16th? Official word is coming up on Monday. But it is going to be a blast, and we're going to Legends in Franklin, and I want everybody. I mean, and I'll announce the prices for foursomes, but think about this for a moment. I mean, not only is it going to be a great price, and now we have even more room because we always get sold out. We had to expand a little bit. Now we have more room. And just think about this. If there's ever been a teacher in your life, all of this money is going to Teachers Treasures, which will help the teachers of Central Indiana. Think about that. And in the process of helping those educators out there, those teachers that truly do care and they give it up, 24/7, 365, because they're always on call. We know that. I mean, the days of, well, you get your summers off and all you do is lay at the pool. Yeah. Only numbnuts believe that crap anymore. So think about the teacher in your life, a teacher that helped you evolve as a human, or helped you to where you are right now. Let's all get together. Not only can we help our teachers, but we have one hell of a time. I'm not going anywhere without a damn good time. You know that. I'm not going to cross the street unless there is a good time happening. And this is a good time. And we've had some moments to where the time may have been at times too good, but it's still good. And then some would also ask, can it be too good? So that's what we're doing. Legends in Franklin, and thank you, Ted Bishop, for getting involved in this. We appreciate it. We have expanded the field because, again, in the past, we've sold out. We've expanded the field, and I want everybody to be involved. So look for that, 1075fm.com. Look for that official announcement Monday morning on how you can get a foursome, and I'll just bring everybody. And we'll find room for everybody. If you don't have a foursome, then you don't have a foursome. We'll find room for you. Last year, my man Blue Ball came down. Blue Ball, who's a friend of the show, came down and tended some bar for us. But just do it. I mean, certainly do it for a great time. Do it for a great party. But do it for an even better cause, and that's our teachers. Love our teachers. That official announcement is coming up on Monday. And I cannot wait. Joe writes this, JMV, I know weed is legal in Colorado, but Big Willie should consider cutting back if he was serious about Carmelo and the Pacers. He was 100% serious about Carmelo Anthony and the Pacers. 100%. Yeah, I don't know if he's token on the weed or anything, but I think the basis of his statement was, all right, this guy can score. The Pacers need scoring, but there's been just way too much of a headache. And I know everybody believes the dude is humble now, but doesn't seem like it's worth the effort. I mean, if it's worth the effort, shouldn't a team that's a hell of a lot closer than the Pacers might be considered right now? That's what I would think. JMV, this may be Gen Con, but filmed my audition video for Turner's Block, this costume year in the making. That is one hell of a costume. Turner's Block? I'm going to tweet that out, see what everybody thinks. I about punted a Gen Conner going the damn wrong way on Illinois as I was coming out of the parking garage last night. I mean, this numbnuts wasn't looking at anything. Going the wrong way. I think he thought this might have been the Jetsons or something. Wrong way on his vroom vroom scooter. And I swear to you, I just about punted him. And I felt like getting my old man swagger on and just like yell at, bark at him and point my finger. Well, I didn't. People are everywhere. Spend that money everywhere, too, but man, it's tough getting around. Downtown is packed with Gen Con right now. Packed. Everybody's playing a little Dungeons and Dragons and then eating 19 times a day a little fast food. But have at it. 65K is a good summertime event, no doubt. Pete Sprague, as always, man, thank you for your support. The teachers, supporting the teachers at Legends coming up in September. Again, all the info online, 1075 FM. 1075 The Fan, I should say, .com will come your way on Monday. All right. Next hour, Mike Wells, ESPN.com, Brandon Marshall, Mike Gillisley. We'll have questions about that. Will we see luck tomorrow and more? Mike Wells joins us to tell us all about it. Other side next.
Sports with Dan Dockich.
Pat McAfee joins. All right, what would happen first? I go to Coach Knight's for dinner, or you go hang out with Ryan Griggs and have dinner and drinks. Would you ever do that?
I think I've gotten to a stage in my life where kind of like bygones be bygones. I would enjoy having a drink with Ryan Griggs, I believe, so we could chit-chat about some misunderstandings, mostly on his side. I think it would be a cool conversation.
Dan Dockich, weekdays, noon till 3 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
It's the flashback sale at Mattress Firm. We're celebrating the year we were founded with a special price from 1986. A flashback price of $169 on a new Sleepy's Queen mattress. Plus, get up to $400 off throwback deals on beds. And Wednesday through Sunday, take home a free adjustable base with a purchase of just $599. But hurry in, these awesome blast from the past savings won't last forever. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm. Restrictions apply, valid at participating locations only. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
Andy Moore Toyota Avon, 5 miles west of 465. It's on US 36. Ben Mendoza's got you handled here. You want it really hassle-free. I don't blame you at all. We all want that. So what do? You go to the best to get that done. That's, of course, Andy Moore Toyota in Avon. You can check out what they have to offer, andymoretoyota.com right now. But if you're in the market for, let's say, I don't know, car, truck, or van. Let's say the Sienna minivan. It is the best out there right now. Plenty of room for you, the entire family, anywhere and everywhere, to school, to athletic events, on vacations. State of the art at some of the best prices that you will find for the entire year going on right now. Converse with Ben Mendoza. Talk with Robert and Scott and the folks at Andy Moore Toyota to help understand exactly what you want, and then have them help you get in to that vehicle at Indiana's best. Andy Moore Toyota in Avon, 5 miles west of 465 on US 36.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with Hero.Loan. The most important thing to me is taking care of our military service members. You've done so much for our great country, and it's time you get the loan you deserve. At Hero.Loan, we pay for your appraisal, do all the VA paperwork, and we can close your VA loan in as little as 14 days. The 5-minute loan approval only available at Hero.Loan, the only way to VA. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Win a round of golf with Jeff Rickard and Kevin Bowen at the Links at Heartland Crossing next Wednesday, courtesy of Franciscan Health Orthopedics. For more info, 1075thefan.com.
This is Indy Sports Center. WFNI, WIBC, HD2, W298BB, W228CX, Indianapolis. The Colts open preseason play in Buffalo. Coverage Thursday at 4 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Wow. I don't know what to say. I guess the only thing I can say is I'll promise to keep rocking and rolling and making better films.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Crank this up for Mike Wells. The slow jammery entry on a Friday that he must identify.
I have no idea.
Andy Moore Automotive Group Hotline. Did I really stump you on this?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Dude.
Sometimes I may only know the song.
Yeah,
or I may only know the artist. I don't know either one of these.
UNV.
Something
Universal Nubian Voices out of Detroit, Michigan, 1993. Mike, this is called So in Love with You. Give Mike a little more taste of this for his recollection. Go ahead, Kyle.
Yes.
This is one of these groups like Shy, like Silk, like Jodeci. They didn't make it right here. Nope. They didn't bust through. They got left behind. UNV, that's Universal Nubian Voices, Mike Wells.
You got me on that one, brother. I can't. Hey,
I feel kind of bad, dude. I do, because I was going with. I saw this play on the 90s channel on Sirius XM the other day, and I thought, man, this is a good one for Wells right here. So I kept that in the back of my mind. I was originally going to go and give you a softball and give you some Jodeci and come and talk to me, because that's what I want you to talk up after the show for me tomorrow for my JMV takeover. So I pulled Jodeci at the last minute and gave you UNV. Thus, I gave you an L. My bad.
You listen. Sometimes you just gotta take an ass beat and keep on moving. I took an ass beat today. I'm good. I can understand it. I can take it. I mean, listen, man. You know, you get me maybe twice a year over the past 10 years. I tip my hat to you. You got me on it. That was a good one.
You're really no, and I want everybody to know. I mean, this is not commonplace. You're as good as it gets in identifying these songs, and and this is a genre that can get you mixed up because a lot of these dudes sound the same. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, this is all something that was working really well back then, and that's why all these kind of sprouted up. And this was one that, much like Jodeci or Shy, as I mentioned, or Silk, that or H-Town, that didn't make it. So didn't make it bigger.
Yes. No. Yeah. That was a good one, man. That was a good. So, hey, how often do you do these takeovers on the weekend, man?
Sometimes they'll ask me. I think if they don't have anybody to put on, they just say, "Hey, you want to do this?" But no, honestly, I like doing it. I do, and I believe this is going to be the 4th. I believe I have them talked into in a couple of weeks doing a Saturday night to where I go 6 until 11, 6 until 10, and do a bunch of remixes and make it like a Saturday night party. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Nice, man.
So, I dig doing it. It's fun, and it's a lot different than this. And it just, I don't know, it's kind of a decompression for me. And Sean Copeland's nice enough down the hall to let me do it. So tomorrow's Hoosier Hitmakers. And I know Jodeci is not a Hoosier hitmaker, but we also play other stuff. And I was going to let you talk into or walk up a Jodeci song for me tomorrow.
I'd like to hear that. What time you going to be calling me back, man?
No, probably sometime after this, I don't know, 7 o'clock or so. It won't take very long. It won't take very It'll take about 30 seconds, so yeah.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I told my kids we go on a bike ride. So by the time I get back, I should be re-energized. I won't be huffing and puffing anymore, man. I should be good to go.
Yeah, Matt Taylor's going to join me tomorrow. Tucker Barnhart's going to join me tomorrow. Darius Rucker's going to be a part of it tomorrow. Sean Stockman of Boys to Men is going to be a part of it tomorrow. So you're in good company.
Man, look at you, man. Multi-talented.
Woo!
JMV. Hey,
Woo!
I just better not catch your ass trying to do a 40-yard dash,
man. You know how terrible that was. And your play-by-play was great. But Hagen and Buddy the Agent, little Buddy the Agent, I mean, what were they, on a treadmill or what? They weren't moving.
No, what the crazy part was, we're leaving the practice field, Stephen Holder and myself, and these guys over stretching, grabbing, pulling their legs back, and we're like, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, we're going to race, see who's faster. I'm like, you're talking about a 50-year-old man in Hagen and a 48-year-old man in Baker. And they had the nerve to say, we're going to race, and there was no way I was not going to video it. Hopefully the readers had a chance to check it out. I tweeted it out to JMV, Mike Wells, NFL on Twitter. Yes, and Hagen's head is too big. There was no way he was going to win. his head weighs him down. So, it was like in slow motion, and all of a sudden, Buddy had he won by 6 or 7 yards on him, man, and Hagen's head was 15 yards behind.
It kind of looked like those sausages when they run against one another in Milwaukee, because they got that big head on the mascot and then the real legs down below. Yeah.
It's a bad combination between how pale he is and how big his head is. That's not a good combination for our boy Hagen. Hagen, I love you to death, man, but yeah, it was not a good look for you, man.
No, it was. You could check it out too. Mike's Twitter account, I retweeted it yesterday. I know Stephen Holder made mention of it earlier today. It's pretty solid material. It is.
Hey, that's how we're entertaining ourselves until the person known as number 12, Andrew Luck, returns to the practice field.
So, are you going to raise a red flag tomorrow if 12's not back out there?
I'm not ready. See, our good buddy Mike Chappell, who's been covering the team almost as long as I've been born, he's a little concerned if he's not out there tomorrow. I'm giving it to another week. I'm going till next Saturday. Then if he's not out there, then I'm going to be legitimately concerned. But even if he is out there tomorrow, Jay, Andrew Luck, if I'm the coach, Andrew Luck would not play one snap in the preseason. I am putting him in bubble wrap.
I agree.
Yeah.
People want to see him. There's one thing I think between him playing in these meaningless situations but being, available. You got a lot of people out there that just believe the reason why he's not going to be playing is because he's unavailable. And that's the issue. And I thought the Colts did the right thing by making him available to you guys, because 2 years ago they didn't, and he was like a ghost. He was a mystery, and that only made things worse. And I think they've learned from that mistake of 2 years ago with that.
No, I'm going to get a Colts credit. Ever since then, 2 years ago, I think they've handled the Andrew Luck situation very, very well. They're not trying to hide him and not make him available to the media. They're letting him talk and everything. But if come next Friday, you and I'm on the show next Friday with you, and Andrew Luck hasn't practiced yet, I think that's when you guys sit there and say, seems kind of fishy. Something's going on. Maybe it's going to take some time. And mind you, they're not going to practice Wednesday, game Thursday, no practice Friday. So you would think that once they get back to Grand Park next Saturday, Angela could be practicing if he hasn't already done so.
Yeah, I was told day one that don't make a big deal out of it because it's all going to be okay. And while I do buy that, I mean, it's kind of tough not to get that negativity swirling a little bit, because the one thing that I didn't like when he was talking was when he was referencing, something pulling at his lower ankle in that area. That was a little bit troublesome for me, I thought. But still, I'm hanging with the process I have set here is not freaking out about it.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're not talking about he's a quarterback, so he's like Frogger, man. He's having to jump around and move from guys flying at him and everything. So it's not like he can just stand in the pocket and throw the football. He's got to be mobile. I mean, whether the whole yanking and tugging of things, the pain in the ankle, none of that stuff is going to, none of that stuff is going to help him out if he's not healthy.
Mike Wells of ESPN.com is on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. There can be a variety of reasons why you take a long, hard look at Mike Gillislee or look at Brandon Marshall. 5, 6 different reasons. What do you think the real reason might be, and what's been the reaction on your Twitter account about that news from earlier today?
All I did was I retweeted Adam Schefter's tweet about Brandon Marshall working out with the working out with the Colts, and it is. I mean, no. Listen, if Chris Ballard has shown anything, he's going to kick the tires on. He's going to kick the tires on anything.
And they bring in dudes who never hear about too, and I also say that.
Yeah.
So
exactly, I don't even know how old Brandon Marshall is. I
know that Brandon Marshall. What was he? Was he a 6-time Pro Bowler? I think. What is he? 35. I think is what he is.
Oh my God, 35 years old. Wow, I didn't realize. Yeah, he was taken in. He was taken in the 4th round in 2006. Wow, I didn't realize he was that old.
And Gillislee's 28, which would make more, at least as far as your age is concerned, sense. But, Mike, do you think it's really looking? We'll use Marshall right here for an example. Is it really looking at him? Is it wondering what he might have left? Is it not liking what they have right now? Is it motivating what they have right now after a week? Where do you go with that?
Well, what was option number 1 on that list?
just wanting to see what he might have left.
I'm going with option number 1 on that list. Give me number 1, option A, go and see what he has left. And it's Chris Ballard doing due diligence and seeing what is going. But if I'm on the bottom tier of the roster receiver wise, of course I'm like, damn, they're bringing in a 35-year-old wide receiver, a guy who tore his Achilles. Because Brandon Marshall did tear his Achilles, right?
Oh, I think so. Yes, I think so.
Yeah. I'm like, maybe I'm not busting my ass the way I should be if the Colts are bringing in a guy who is closer to Mike Wells' age than he is my age. If I'm some of those young receivers on the roster.
Somebody asked me earlier what my thought was about Reese Fountain, and I answered honestly. I said I don't have much of a thought about Reese Fountain whatsoever, and that kind of falls in line with what we're talking about right here. I mean, maybe you're talking about some guys that might be a former pick and needs a little motivation, or you just kind of want to see what the reaction might be. As I mentioned earlier, Mike, it can be a variety of things.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting how this plays out. Now, if they sign one of these guys, I'm like, oh, okay. So they really have no faith in what they have in the roster. I at this point, I'd probably say it would be a surprising move, at this point. But again, I'm going to give the Colts the benefit of the doubt is that the front office is just kicking the tires and seeing what's out there in the free agent market and see what they're going to do going forward. By the way, how come you haven't done any shows in Grand Park yet? Have you?
Yeah, because the 2 shows I could have done out there when they were actually doing something, I was on location, and then they haven't been doing anything in my show window until Monday and Tuesday, and that's when I'll be out there.
Oh, you about Monday and Tuesday?
Yeah, they're not going to have me go out there and sit when nobody's out there and nothing's going on.
Hey, the good news is you're no longer just hanging out in the parking lot, man.
Yes, that is a great thing.
You're right down the field, and you can kind of see things.
Yeah, and that's a good, because that whole parking lot thing left a little bit to be desired back then, but it looks like a lot better situation. I did want to ask you this, and Mike Wells joins us. What is your thought on the wide receiver position? Because a year ago at this time, we both had similar thoughts, and they weren't good. But where do you think it is right now, even with the fact that they're kicking the tires on Brandon Marshall?
You know what? I try to base everything off with having Andrew Luck out there. I think, Funches is definitely more of a possession wide receiver. Paris Campbell, he spent the week in street clothes. I mean, in regular clothes, not practicing. I mean, what I've seen has been promising. Reese Fountain, he's just a guy to me. He's just a guy. Ty has been Ty. Chester, Chester is, I think his strongest attribute is going to be the punt returner. Beyond that, I mean, who else am I missing in the receiver spot?
Well, Pascal?
Oh, you know what? I like Zach Pascal, man. He's going to be one of those guys where it's going to be hard for them to cut him, because not only is he's not a flashy wide receiver, but he's solid. But he's a very good special teams player. The Marion kid, Hogan,
Krishan Hogan, yeah.
He's had some moments, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough moments to say, all right, he's definitely on a 53-man roster. He's one of those fringe guys. But maybe now with the we're talking about it out loud, Jay, maybe the wide receiver core isn't as good as we believe.
What's funny you mentioned that, because that's how I described it a little bit earlier. The more that you talk about it, the more that you start thinking about the warts that could be involved with this group still. I mean, you kind of talk yourself into it a little bit, just like you did.
Man, it's one of those things where when you're looking at it, you're like, and you say, okay, they're going to be fine. But then when you start running down the names, you're like,
well,
maybe I'm overestimating this group.
Let's also play that game at running back, because Mike Gillislee is in there today. And we would have, before today, thought everything was relatively feeling good about that position. And it may just come down to, Spencer Ware, the veteran, and Jordan Wilkins, the second-year guy. Do you still feel the same way about this running back situation? Is it solid, or are you having second thoughts about it?
I'm going with two. I'm saying I feel fine with the first 2 running backs, Marlon Mack and Nyheim Hines. I felt like Jordan Wilkins was very, very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Spencer Ware is hanging out. Spencer Ware has done as much. He's practiced as much in training camp as you and I have practiced.
He's in the training table, right?
Yes. So
training room.
So I can't say anything. Jonathan Williams doesn't do anything for me.
Well, you know what, and Mike, before I want you to continue, maybe that's why Gillislee is getting a look. I mean, maybe they want somebody veteran-wise, maybe with Ware spending so much time not out there, maybe this is kind of that red flag with that in mind. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. They're always going to kick their tires on guys, but there's a reason behind why they bring these guys in. So it's clearly a sign of that, okay, we need to see what else is out there. To see, I mean, especially so early in training camp, because if you like somebody out there, you bring them in, see what he has. If it doesn't work out, you just cut him, or you don't like their workout, you don't have to sign them. So clearly they see something that they don't like. And when I say they, I'm talking about Chris Ballard and Ed Dodds and the rest of the folks in the front office.
They're hardcore, no doubt about that. Mike Wells with us. Before I let you go, I had somebody email me a little bit earlier suggesting that the Pacers should look at Carmelo Anthony, who has been humbled.
Man, come on, man.
Who has been humbled and can get buckets still. I mean, you know where I am on this, but how do you consider that question?
Man, I'm not even going to do enough. I'm not even going to act like I heard the question. That was so bad, man. Which, by the way, man, I played golf with a former Pacer today, Austin Crozier. Him and I teed it up today, man. Crow was one of my favorite guys to deal with in the locker room.
Great guy.
Yeah, we spent a great 3.5 hours up on the north side playing golf. So it was always good to be able to catch up with him out there. But listen, I'm not touching Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo had a very good career early on, but he is he's nowhere what he is. Can you imagine him trying to play defense in Nate McMillan's system?
I'm thinking about it. So I was firmly against it, but he just sent an email earlier and tried to inspire a conversation about it. So I thought I'd bring it to you.
Nate McMillan plays better. Nate McMillan at age 50-something plays better defense than Carmelo does right now.
I'd agree. Hey, is Kevin McHale going to teach our guy some post moves?
You know, you want to know what that taught me? Guess what that made me brought the flashback to, man?
What's that?
Roy Hibbert.
Would you stop with the Roy Hibbert stuff? Seriously.
No. I'm just saying. No, I'm not. Hey, listen, I would take Miles Turner, and I'm hot and cold on Miles Turner, but I would still take Miles Turner over Roy Hibbert.
Well, thanks. Wow, it's a huge statement from you right there.
Hey, but didn't Roy work with Kareem or Bill Walton?
Yes, he did. It was Bill Walton. Can I say something, though, about that? That's overrated because everybody pissed and moaned last year when he worked against some 5'11" guy holding a pad. All right? So now he actually goes out and gets a Hall of Famer, somebody that's noted for post moves, and now he's Roy Hibbert. Come on.
Hey, listen, I would tell you this. I would tell you this. I was over at the patient's facility recently talking to our good buddy David Bennett, catching up with him, and Bird happened to be in the building. And so, Larry and I have had an incredible working relationship. And I asked him about Miles working with Kevin. And Bird told me that Kevin McHale was one of the best low post players, one of the best teammates to play with. So, if Bird doesn't say things. I think Kevin McHale, he's a very good. He's a way better teacher than a front office official. So hopefully that'll get Miles to be able to kind of improve his offensive game and not just want to come in and get follow dunks or shoot jump shots.
Hey, he's deeply invested. I mean, he goes after it. I mean, he's going after and trying to get better.
Hey, the kid busts his butt. I would never say Miles Turner doesn't work hard. He is always busting his butt trying to get better. Now we'll see. We'll see if it pans off. If it pans out, because if not, every day in your show today after Pacer game, Pacer fans will be coming after you for your boy Miles when he has an 8-point, 12 rebound, 3-block game, man.
You know how long NBA seasons are. I mean, it's like every damn night. I've got to own that in some way, and it's never good enough. And it's always bad enough, but it's never good enough. I got to own that every night. Seriously.
But I bet you those same fans don't reach out when Miles will have a 25-point, 15-rebound, 7-block game.
I'm going to tell you this too, and not that I'm feeling sorry for myself or anything, but only Miles Turner wears a bad performance in this market more than I will from the fans. Only Miles. Nobody gets ripped about Miles' game more than Miles, but second in that category in this market's me. You know that, right? I mean, every stinking night. Every night.
Yeah.
I gotta wear it.
And the thing is, the crazy thing is when people go at you, they're dead serious about it.
Oh,
you
dead
and I
serious.
Joke about it, but they are so
I can't even go watch my damn daughter play basketball and some numbnuts clown comes up and goes, oh, yeah, Miles Turner, and I got to hear that.
Wow.
Yeah. Can't even do that. Nobody wears it as much, and it sounds like I'm whining, and I'm not, but nobody wears that as much as me, other than Miles himself. Hey, before I let you go here, did you know, I think I told you this last weekend, did you know that KRS-One and the Ghetto Boys are in Springville right now, playing this weekend?
Yes, I'm just like, hold on, where is Springfield at? That tells you my knowledge.
Springville is down in Lawrence County. This place is on the Lawrence-Monroe line. It's way out. I give you a great example. I grew up about 5 miles away, so it is really far out in the boonies. I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere. And you've got KRS-One, who's a legend from Boogie Down Productions. You got the Ghetto Boys, legendary. Morris Day and the Time there. Incredible.
Well, hey, and look, I'm saying Springfield, and you said it's Springfield, so that tells you I don't even know where the hell it's at, man.
I wouldn't want to get in that mess with all those idiots from Insane Clown Posse because they're nuts and they're probably all going to go to jail. But I'd want to see Ghetto. I've never seen the Ghetto Boys. And I know you can't really see the Ghetto Boys now because Bushwick is no longer with us, but I've never seen them. And I'd still like to see them.
Hey, brother, have a good weekend,
yes, sir.
man. And, hey, I'll be by to see you up in Grand Park on Monday.
Yeah, and I'll call you coming up after 7 so you can be a part of the JMV takeover tomorrow.
I appreciate it, brother. I'll talk to you.
It's Mike Wells of ESPN.com's on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Has anybody out there ever seen the Ghetto Boys? I have never seen them. Seriously, though, when anybody brings up the whole, Roy Hibbert worked with, sounds like Roy Hibbert because he worked with Walton. I mean, everybody complained last year when Miles was working against that 5'10" dude with a pad. And now he's actually working with, an NBA Hall of Famer. A guy that had some of the, if not the best, post moves ever. I mean, he traveled all the time, but nobody ever thought he traveled. He had brilliant footwork, brilliant post moves. Why not? Instead, I have to get connections to and comparisons to Roy Hibbert. I'm telling you, though, when Miles has a bad game, like I'm second on the list of hearing it. That's me. Can't whine about it, though. It's all a party of having an opinion. And at least you value my opinion enough to call me an idiot. Blue Ball writes this. Hey, I heard mention of me. Need a bartender again. We are going to need a barkeep. So, yeah. And again, we'll announce officially our Teachers Treasures. JMV sucks, but this golf outing doesn't. That is coming up in September. I'll announce that officially and give you ways to get your foursome together. It is reasonably priced. And it's a great day. I mean, it really, and you know me, I don't go anywhere without a party. I don't go anywhere that's not fun. And this has both at Legends and Franklin, and thank you to Ted Bishop. And most of all, this benefits Teachers Treasures, which benefits our teachers. Our teachers in Central Indiana. I mean, teachers in this state, they need us. And we're here to help. So I want you to be there. And again, if you need a foursome, if you need partners in this or whatever, they have specifically raised the level of those that can participate because the past couple of years it's been pretty easily sold out. So we've raised the level, and I want everybody to be involved. I mean, even if you think I'm the biggest wank ever, and I'm sure a lot of you probably do, I can be a wank to you, and you can still hate my guts or dislike me and think my show sucks, but still do something good and do something to benefit our teachers with Teachers Treasures. I will unleash the info coming up on Monday. 1075thefan.com. In case you have not heard, we're double barrel action on the FM sticks here. 93.5 and 107.5. I hope that is going A-OK for you. The double barrel treatment is all new with the FM signals here. 93.5 and 107.5. Let's do some calls. I really haven't done much today, so let's fire things up. Oh, yeah, this is like anything goes time, isn't it? I don't know if I want to do anything goes before Colts Happy Hour. Isn't that weird? All right, I'm going to leave it up to you. Anybody want to do anything goes right now? Because we're going to get to a point where we're no longer going to probably do it because we're going to get into the teeth of a season. If anybody wants to do it, let me know. If you don't, I understand. But we haven't done it. I don't think I did it last week either. We really haven't done it in 2 weeks. And it just occurred to me we haven't done it in 2 weeks. If you guys want to do an Anything Goes segment, we can do that. It might get a little bit unusual and uncomfortable leading up to Colts Happy Hour, but that's just part of being around me. Very unusual and incredibly uncomfortable. If you guys want to do it, we can at 239-1070 coming up on the other side. Again, double barrel FM signal. Putting the wattage in your cottage. 93.5 and 107.5 FM. Back with you next.
Wouldn't you like to have a nice, relaxing camping trip about now? Well, it's not that kind of camping trip. The Colts 2019 season starts in Westfield as the players move in for training camp. Let's go! And the Fan has you covered. Daily updates on air and online. The road to the Super Bowl begins in the long, hot summer. Run down the field on them! Colts training camp on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Hoosier fans, Indiana football tickets are on sale now for the 2019 season. IU football hosts 6 home games this fall, including matchups against Big Ten East rivals, the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines. Fans can purchase single-game tickets as low as $20 and $200 for season tickets. For complete ticket information, visit IUHoosiers.com today. Go IU!
Hey, it's Stan Doggett here for Family Leisure. You know how much I love my spa from Family Leisure. Guess what? It's back. That's right. America's largest spa dealer is having the world's biggest spa sale. Over 1,200 spas, 5 manufacturers, no games, no gimmick. Higher quality spas, better service, lower prices. $8,000 spas, only $49.99. $5,000 spas, only $24.99. Special financing available. Over 50 models to choose from and spas from $12.99. Nobody beats Family Leisure. Nobody.
You know you work well together as a team. Now take your team to Royal Pen and make your next corporate event fun and affordable. Royal Pen Leisure Centers offer the perfect combination of food and fun for your next group event. At Royal Pen, you don't have to be a super athlete to have a blast. Everyone's on the team when you're bowling. Bowling is a fun, affordable way to socialize and compete with your colleagues. Create team spirit without meetings, reports, or deadlines. Just good times. And keep in mind, it's always cool in our non-smoking facilities. To get the ball rolling, call Royal Pen today at 465-8484 and we'll organize your next corporate event. Get ready to trade in your wingtips and heels for a pair of bowling shoes and have fun bowling.
Set 'em up, knock 'em down, send 'em flying, spinning round.
For more information, call 465-8484 or look us up at royalpen.com.
Royal Pen, bowling, bowling.
Protect your wealth with a custom-made retirement plan from Crown Haven Wealth Advisors by calling 844-896-7233 and online at crownhaven.com.
Do you need air conditioning service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust, like Family Heating and Air Conditioning? Find that American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Wouldn't you like to have a nice, relaxing camping trip about now? Well, it's not that kind of camping trip. The Colts 2019 season starts in Westfield as the players move in for training camp. Let's go! And the Fan has you covered. Daily updates on air and online. The road to the Super Bowl begins in the long, hot summer.
Run down the field on them!
Colts training camp on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
I am in the parking lot right now, hammering a bacon, egg, and cheese, hold the cheese, in preparation to go deep with 4 hits and put on a laser show to the likes of which you have never witnessed in your entire life.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
The Ataris, everybody.
Nobody on the road, nobody on the beach.
The Ataris from Anderson, Indiana would be a Hoosier hitmaker. Turn this up really quick. This is a remake of Don Henley's 80s version of The Boys of Summer. The Ataris, once again, everybody. The Ataris. I might have to put that in a mix coming up tomorrow morning. 9 until noon. Hoosier hitmakers would be the theme, but I'll do my normal play, anything that I want. It's a JMV takeover, B105.7. You are going to hear from Tucker Barnhart. You're going to hear the voice of the Colts, Matt Taylor, with one of his favorites. You're going to be really surprised in what he picks. Sean Stockman of Boys to Men. Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish. And I think I'm going to work Mike Wells into the mix coming up tomorrow. 9 until noon, JMV Takeover, Hoosier Hitmakers, B105.7. Charlie's at 239-1070 right now. Hello, Charlie.
Hey, how you doing up there?
Great, Charlie. How are you, sir?
All right. Hey, Springville, I thought that town down there, I thought all they had was pig auctions.
Well, they have pig and cattle auctions down there for sure. They have a little general store.
Yeah, I know. I'm from Old Liddy. I'm originally from Old Liddy.
Well, that's my area down there. So I know a lot. Listen, I played an 8th grade game in the Old Liddy gym back in the day, brother. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to a few ball games there. Yeah.
But no, this takes place, and I forget what the park's name. I think it's the same place where the boogie happens.
Yeah, it's what is it? I can't think of the name of the park now.
Yeah,
Charlie. I heard them guys. It was at Fort Bologna days 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's called the Gathering of the Juggalos, and the Juggalo is an admirer and a follower and a fan of a group called the Insane Clown Posse. And normally, where this group goes or the Juggalos go, mayhem takes place and arrests are made. So. Normally, I don't know.
I might run over there about an hour from there. It's all full.
I think, Charlie, you sound like you're perfectly suited to go to the Gathering of the Juggalos right now. You report back and tell me how it goes, okay?
I sure will.
Thank you, Charlie. You too. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You too. Yeah. They have pig auctions down in Springville. Cattle auctions. I've been there. They have a cafeteria in their auction facility. So actually, you can eat, I guess you can test and eat what's actually being sold out there, which is very unique. Got a big-ass church down there. I do love the Springville General Store, though. That's pretty money. Yeah, I don't know. I probably shouldn't have sent Charlie to the Gathering of the Juggalos. Hey, Vincent's talking Kevin McHale at 239-1070. Hello, Vincent.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys talking about Kevin McHale, and I was wondering, he wasn't real impressive. He was on a good team. I was wondering, where does he rank for as Boston's forwards or centers? What position he played?
Are you talking about Kevin McHale?
Right.
Hey, Kevin McHale had some of the best post moves in the history of the game on the interior.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me where does he rank for as Boston's forwards? I mean, and centers. What position did he play?
Forward center, I guess. I guess it depends on whether or not Parrish was in the lineup, right?
Yeah. The Chief was in the lineup.
Yeah. I mean, if the Chief was in the lineup, he'd probably be power forward. But if he wasn't, he was probably going to be the center, unless they had Greg Kite in the game. Sorry. So yeah, probably so. Forward center. But I mean, as far as moves in the pivot are concerned, you would be hard-pressed to find anybody that had better footwork, and I think that's what they're trying to do with Miles, and Miles has been certainly wanting to do it.
When he played against the Lakers and Worthy or Wilkes and none of them guys, he never showed me anything.
Kevin McHale didn't show you anything against the Lakers?
Lakers, yeah. I mean, Magic jumped in against them.
Hey, listen, I wasn't the biggest ever Celtics guy. I mean, I did like Bird. I probably didn't appreciate that run of the Celtics and Bird, or really the Lakers as much as I should have back then. But, man, I'm not going to take anything away from McHale's game because
you can't take nothing away, but you talking about you was bragging about him, this, that, and the other. I mean, he was on a good team. I mean, you take Dennis Johnson and
holy hell. I think James Worthy was on a good team. Magic was on a good team. Kareem was on a good team. Who the hell's not on a good team?
You're talking about post-score. You're talking about scores. These guys care 30s and rebounds and defense.
I mean, normally, if you're good, you're on a good team, right?
Yeah.
Vincent, what is your problem with Kevin McHale? Now you got me having to bet. I've got to have Kevin McHale's back because of you now, Vincent.
He was just like Miles. He probably got 3 or 4 rebounds.
Oh, you're about to get me pissed, Vincent.
You get pissed, but real is real, brother.
Real is real. What's real?
When a guy scores 30 on you in the playoffs.
I don't understand, Vincent. What are you trying to say here? Miles is just having somebody that is the highest. Hey, it's not like Miles hired your ass to help him with post moves. All right, Vincent. He hired a Hall of Famer, or he was working with a Hall of Famer. What's bad about that, Vincent? Vincent, what's bad about that? How can you find an issue with that? Find a zillion issues about Miles you want, but why would you have a problem with that?
I don't have a problem. Just saying, we got to be real about these conversations.
Oh, listen, I check my Twitter out after every game, and it's real, all right? Everybody's real, or trying to be real.
Anytime Miles play against a power forward or a good center, they Pacers lose.
Oh, Vincent. Anything else? You just trying to ruin my weekend?
Well, it's ruined if you believe in those guys. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you later.
I don't believe in Kevin McHale. Bring back that 5'7" guy with the pad. Vincent, why don't you go help him with your post moves? Vincent's trying to ruin my damn day. Kevin McHale never showed me nothing. Okay, well, he's one of the greatest players of all time. You see what I get to deal with here? Guys just get a little smidge, a little taste, a little nugget of what I get to deal with right here. See, and then I'm lucky enough to have this gig. I can go straight from this to Andrew Luck ball holding. I'm really excited about it. Seriously, though, I am not at all trying to get – nobody's going to feel sorry for me. I certainly don't want you to do that or feel that way or act like that's where I'm going. But there is nobody outside of Miles that takes more crap after a bad performance than me. You watch my Twitter account after a bad performance. I support the dude. I think he's a talented guy. Vincent's ready to give up on him. Who's Vincent want? Vincent's probably want me to advocate bringing in Carmelo. Carmelo bend over and snap in two. We don't even have weed that's legalized here. There's no way he can come here and thrive. Hey, Tom at 239-1070. What's up, man?
Who are you talking to?
Tom, that's you.
Okay. I'm Tom from Monrovia. I'm concerned about Andrew Luck not showing up at practice. I think everybody from middle school football on knows that getting through summer practices builds team camaraderie, just getting through it. And he's not even on the sidelines half the time. So I'm worried about team chemistry.
Are you? Yeah, I'm not worried about team chemistry. I will say this. I would rather see him available to be out there and practicing. I would agree with you on that. I'm not worried about any of these half-ass games that they have to play and they make the public pay for. I'm not worried about those, but would I like to see him out there? Yeah. Do you want to see him out there just for peace of mind? Sure. Am I that concerned about it right now? I'm really not.
A lot of guys are working 45 minutes in the weight room and 2 hours out in the sun, and he's not. So I don't know. It worries me a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of trust him. How are things in Monrovia?
Oh, they're pretty good. We got a new football coach.
I saw that, too. I saw that your football coach, who's highly thought of, is the assistant over at Center Grove now, huh?
Yeah, he is. I think he's got kids going to Center Grove, so that may be part of that.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I like that field. That's a great – me trying to get to my house, when I cut off of I-70 and go down through Monrovia, that's a great cutoff right there. Nice shortcut.
Yeah, and we're still playing on grass. I don't know how long that'll last, but it's kind of fun.
All right. Do you know Neil Watson and Doug Cook from Monrovia?
Yeah, I know who they are.
Hey, if you see them or if you ever hear it, tell them I lit their ass up back in the day. Be sure to tell them that. All right?
That's probably true.
Oh, it is absolutely true. Actually, we played on the same summer league team, and they were pretty cool back then. But just tell them I lit them up. All right?
All right.
Thanks, Tom. What are you guys trying to doom and gloomy on a Friday? Man, I'm all excited. I'm going to do a little takeover tomorrow. Got a weekend coming. You guys are doom and glooming me. You guys are the pits. Chris talks Vincent. Hello, Chris. Should I be trusting Vincent on what he sees in a low post game?
Oh, my goodness, JMV. No. My God, I thought you had anything goes going on a Friday.
I know. I did too for a minute. Yeah.
What do you want? You want to go down to a Gus Macker 3-on-3, work on some post moves down there? I mean, is Vincent the greatest Gus Macker player of all time, or what?
Yeah, he must be great.
I don't understand what he was doing, but Andrew Luck, I'm here to cheer you up. He's going to be fine, man. Those guys in the locker room, they know he's a great leader. They know he's going to be there in the season. Miles is going to be just fine this year. He's working on his game with a Hall of Famer. I mean, we should be excited here in Indianapolis. I don't know what these fools are talking about on a Friday afternoon.
But in my weekend.
Ridiculous.
Thank you. Have a great week. Chris, have a great weekend, man. Thank you. Hey, Chris mentioned Gus Macker. 3-on-3. Gus Macker. Kaylee just sent me this. It is the 17th and the 18th in Indy. What the hell is it in Indy? Gus Macker. I haven't played in Gus Macker since 1995 or 96. Gus Macker. And I'm looking you got a deadline extension. You got to hustle up here, though. Again, Gus Macker's the 17th and the 18th of August. $148 is the team entry. Just don't act like a jackass, all right? I know it's tough because you're in Gus Macker and you're probably surrounded by some, but don't act like one. Make it fun. That's the reason why the thing kind of faded anyways, because it had so many jackasses out there. It was not fun. But, yeah, Kaylee sent me that. Now, you can find it online at Macker.com right there. All right, Jerry and more at 239-1070. Other side, Knotfest tickets. You want to do Knotfest right now? Slipknot tickets. And I just got, who sent me this? Hold on a second. Tommy Allen, who apparently has got pictures live from, is that Juggalo Fest right there? Or no, the Gathering of the Juggalos. And there are a bunch of scantily clad, heavily tatted chicks on stage right now. And then a guy that's wearing... hey, Todd, come over here. What would you call what this guy's wearing right here? Hey, man. Are you looking at it right here? It looks like he's got it on backwards. I think the manhole should be on the other side there.
I think it's a fishnet.
My man is on stage with nothing but fish. No, yeah, it's hairy leg. He got something right there. There's something hanging right there. But scantily clad, heavily tatted chicks on stage right now in Springville, Indiana. Colts Happy Hour, top of the hour. We'll finish it up, and I've got Slipknot tickets for you. Knotfest is coming to Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center. Let me put a bow on this extravaganza and come back. Final time before Colts Happy Hour with you next.
Win tickets to Knockfest Roadshow featuring Slipknot at Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center August 16th. Details 1075thefan.com.
Santana Supernatural Now Tour 2019. Come celebrate the 20th anniversary of Supernatural and take a trip through the hits from Woodstock to Supernatural and beyond. Friday, August 9th, Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center with special guest the Doobie Brothers. Experience the dynamic energy of Santana and find out why Supernatural is one of the greatest albums of all time. Santana Supernatural Now Tour 2019. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.
Looking for relief from high electric bills? Get new windows from Universal Windows Direct. Universal Windows Direct windows are made with Unishield high-performance glass and Super Spacer, a proprietary non-metal glass spacer system developed by NASA. And right now, for every window you buy, you get the next window free with no limits and 0% financing for 36 months, plus a true lifetime warranty for you and 30 years for the next homeowner. Start saving today when you schedule your free in-home estimate at 317-659-8191 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com and you'll say, I love my windows.
Are you an overthinker? Hi, Rick Edelman here, host of The Rick Edelman Show right here every weekend. In 3 decades of serving folks like you here at Edelman Financial Engines, we've met a lot of folks who were trapped because they were overthinking their financial decisions. We get it. This can be scary stuff. You work really hard and you make a lot of sacrifices to save all your money. And well, just imagine if you make a mistake. Bad investment choices, the wrong mortgage, incorrect insurance coverage, it's enough to keep anyone awake at night. So here are 2 pieces of advice to help you solve the problem. First, realize that most decisions can be changed. And second, it's not just you, it's we. You don't have to go it alone. Let us help you. You'll get our experience and our expertise. So call us at Edelman Financial Engines. It's one decision you don't have to overthink. Call us at 888-PLAN-RIC. That's 888-PLAN-RIC. Or visit us at rickedelman.com. That's ricedelman.com.
John here for Four Winds Lakeside Inn and Marina. This is what that Tony has for you. August, all right, you're getting back to school, but you have maybe a couple of days to get that final vacation staycation in. This is what you got at the Four Winds, and this is what Tony has done. It's a 3-night staycation, Sunday through Thursday, for $199. You can upgrade it to a lakeside view if you like for $99 more, but this is spectacular for you and the entire family because they've got Lake Monroe boat rentals, awesome days to be had. You've got Poolside's awesome. The Windjammer Lounge, spectacular. Just get on board because this is going to sell out because people are going to want this and want this final vacation at this price, and you don't want to be left out on this. 812-824-BOAT, 812-824-2628. Tell Tony that I sent you. FourWindsLakeside.com today.
As a small business owner, when was the last time you considered switching internet providers?
I don't even remember. Running a business keeps me pretty busy.
Let's compare your current provider to Comcast Business. Are you getting fast, reliable internet?
Sometimes.
How about a full suite of innovative services like separate Wi-Fi networks, 4G wireless backup, and advanced voice solutions?
I highly doubt it.
Sounds like Comcast Business could give you more. Make the switch to the nation's largest gig speed network now and get an amazing deal. Right now, get fast 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you add 2 voice mobility lines and sign up for paperless billing and autopay. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 without paperless billing and autopay. Offer ends 8/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra subject to change. Backup limited to up to 8 hours.
For years, the golfers of Hamilton County and Central Indiana have enjoyed Carmel's only city-owned public course, Brookshire Golf Club. If you haven't played at Brookshire lately, it's time you give it another look. The beautiful new clubhouse and pro shop are now open. The Brookshire Clubhouse features a beautiful event space for meetings, weddings, and other special gatherings, and the pro shop and cafe is a must-see. Season passes at Brookshire are available now, starting at just $1,000 for an executive pass. Brookshire Golf Club, Carmel. Book your tee time today.
Red Sox, Yankees, Sunday night baseball. The coverage begins at 6 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
If somebody gets in your face and calls you a I want you to be nice.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
This re-entry is for Kamar Baldwin, who loves a little jazz. Crank it up for Kamar's final day in studio with us, would you, Kyle? A little George Benson. Take a listen over there, Kamar. Kamar's a jazz guy. You like this?
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, man.
It's nice. This is nice.
Get chill out to this. Do you listen to jazz before games?
Oh, yes, sir. And he'll calm me down, so
Yeah.
I feel like the calmer I am before the game, the better I play, so.
It does chill you out a little bit here, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. So it puts you like in a little
I
relaxed
love
state.
this song. I love George Benson, too. Love this song. So today's your last day? Oh,
Yes, sir.
man. Have you had fun?
I have.
Have you learned stuff?
I have. I've learned a lot, being here, working with you guys here at 1070. Made some great connections. And just thankful for the opportunity to do my internship here.
I cannot wait to watch you play. You're going to tear it up this year.
I'm going to try to.
Tear it up. How are things looking? I mean, you're doing your workouts and things like that in the morning.
Yes, sir.
5 a.m.?
Not 5.
Yeah, 6?
But, yeah, we had workout this morning at 7.
7?
So I got bumped back, but it's normally around 6.
Yeah. What time you hit the sack?
I try and get in about 10:30.
Do you? So how many hours of sleep do you have to feel your best?
I try and get 8, but I can go on 7.
Really? If you go any lower than that, then we got some issues.
Yeah, you feel it the next day.
Yeah, I bet. Anything you want to talk about before you go here? Anything you got crossing your mind?
Anything? I don't have anything crossing my mind.
Any Miles Turner stuff you want to talk? How about you want to take a call with me here?
Oh, that's cool.
239-1070. Jerry, you are on with me and Kamar Baldwin of the Butler Bulldogs, our intern. Final day.
Good. Hello, JMV. I just want to say I am positive on the Pacers. All this negative talk I don't understand. I'm with you. I don't know about Miles. I hope he comes back strong. I noticed that Caesars a few weeks ago had the Pacers at a 48.5 win.
Yeah, that's similar to last year, too, before Vic got hurt.
And, I'm excited about the rookie. So, I'm positive on it. I thought Kevin Pritchard's interview was really interesting. I learned a lot. And I don't think I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I think I'm listening to some good reasoning there by Pritchard.
I listen, I agree with you on that. I do. I mean, I'm not there are no great visions here, but I think they can win, that amount of games, depending upon how Vic comes back and when he comes back. But I think everybody has to consider now the way the East looks compared to the way the East did look, and I think that's a plus as well.
Yeah, I'm excited, so enjoy your show.
Jerry, thank you. How are the Pacers going to look to you this year?
They'll be about the 5th or 4th seed,
yeah.
I feel like.
I think they're going to be in the same neighborhood as they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
And whether or not that thrills anybody.
Yeah, I think they'll make a push in the playoffs. They may get to the second round.
Yeah.
Probably force Game 7.
That would be nice because another first-round exit would be a bummer. If you do win 48 games or somewhere in that neighborhood, people will be bummed about that. But, yeah, I'd agree with you a lot. Just kind of depends on, big man lineup, Miles and Domas, and then when Vic gets back and how he looks and how long it takes.
I feel like Vic he'll be great once he gets back. So.
I do too. I think he's going to be back to. I don't know why. Other than this being an injury that nobody knows a great deal about, other than just kind of Tony Parker. But I think he's going to come back and be as good as we have seen him in the past. All right. So what else? What else have you learned this summer?
What else have I learned?
Yeah. You learned how to put stuff on.
Yeah, I learned how to put stuff on the website.
You know how to run the board? Could you run the board over here if you had to?
I could not. I've learned. So I work with Chris in the morning, a little bit, but I can't run a show yet. So I'm still getting
well,
there.
Don't feel bad because I couldn't either. It's like something happened to Kyle right now. I go, hell, I don't know what I'm doing. So I couldn't do it either. So, but no, man, it's been great having you here. You've been an absolute blast.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolute blast.
I enjoyed it.
Thanks for doing this. And now, as Todd mentioned, now we're going to have to go through your SID to get you instead of just having you come in here and sit in the chair.
Yeah.
So
sorry about that.
No, it's all good, man. You guys are great to deal with. Kamar Baldwin, cheer for him this year with Butler. He's going to have a fantastic season. And not only is he a terrific basketball player, but he's an even better dude. And that's what matters. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Kamar Baldwin on his final day as our intern in the summertime in studio with us. Watch him with his Butler Bulldog teammates coming up this season at Hinkle Fieldhouse. And tell him you heard him right here. And say hello. Well done. I got Colts Happy Hour coming up next, don't I? I got to check that out. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm not supposed to say it that way. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm ready to go. Hey, my thanks to Pat Sullivan, Mike Wells. Keep this in mind tomorrow. 9 until noon, JMV Takeover, B105.7. Hoosier Hitmakers. And you're going to hear from a lot of folks tomorrow. 9 until noon tomorrow morning. All right. Number 10, 239-1070. You want to go see Korn and Alice in Chains later this month? Ruoff Home Mortgage Music Center. Kyle, Kimmy, thank you. Number 10 is going to go thanks to us. Alice in Chains, Korn tickets. Call it 10-239-1070. Colts Happy Hour, other side. You and me and Colts Conversation. Straight ahead next.
Sports with Dan Dockich.